the Jeff Meacham Network's Multiverse of Media. For over 15 years, the recognized symbol of excellence and the standard bearer in coverage of sports and entertainment.
And what is going on out there in the Multiverse of Media and the No DQ Galaxy? This is good old JM here in the new and improved control room here at the JMN Studios in Santa Clarita, California. Joined on screen by our AEW broadcast team, as well as my dad's tag team partner and one of our WWE commentating team. We've got the simple man with the spectacular voice, Noah Foster, the Heb Man James Hebert, the Renegade of Wrestling, J.J. Williams, and yes, as I said, I am here, good old JM as well. Gentlemen, it's one of those things. I hearken back to Tony Schiavone's words at the beginning of the March 26, 2001 episode of Nitro. It's a landmark night in the industry. We will see it, and I still don't believe it. CM Punk is back, and a collision is at hand, gentlemen. What is going on, kids?
Not a whole lot, man. I am really looking forward to this show. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it's been roughly 25-ish years since pro wrestling has been on Saturday at this time of the day on a consistent basis. Because I know there was like Shotgun Saturday Night and Velocity for a while, but that was in the wee hours of the morning, while the people that had been out drinking at the bars and clubbing were like stumbling home for them to watch. Wrestling's on.
Yeah.
It wasn't, like the old Crockett 6:05 time slot, which is essentially, modernization of what we're getting today.
Right.
So it's been a minute. Like I said, I want to say it's been at least 20, because you figure WCW went out of business in 2001.
Yep.
Probably close to 25 years since we've had like a Saturday night wrestling slot like this. And I'm here for it, man.
Yes, absolutely. WCW Saturday Night was officially canceled by whoever was running WCW that week in 2000. Okay. So it's been over 25 years. It's figure it'll be 25 toward the end of this year. Because by the time they had Thunder come in, Saturday Night was very much a C show. It was kind of like it was there. It became a highlight of a highlight, and it wasn't what the mothership, baby, on the flagship station, if you will, back when Dusty was the booker. So, it's kind of like not necessary to anybody but the hardcore fans. I think the hardcore fans are like, I'm watching Jobber number 5 versus Bobby Gunner number 2. I'm kind of good on watching this shit at 6:05 in the afternoon. So I'm good. But yeah, it is so awesome to be here on a Saturday night.
I'm watching Kiwi versus the artist formerly known as Prince Iakea. Like, he's not even Prince Iakea no more. He's the artist formerly known as.
I mean, to be fair, that was a Thunder match, not even a WCW Saturday Night match. That's how bad the company had got. That was a featured feud on Thunder. But of course, JJ saw that live because he was getting ready to get Hacksaw Jim Duggan at Thunder. So
you know what? We won't go there.
Not today, because Hacksaw as well. We don't want to get JJ. Everybody's here. Yes,
we're all here having a good time.
Yeah,
that boy in the house.
That boy's in the house. We'll see him later during the shenanigans that will be coming up after Collision. We'll talk more about that as we go along here. But yes, dude, people are popping in. I haven't seen people popping in like this in a while. This is awesome. I dig it.
Yeah. Hey, King, shout out to Macy W Crew. I know Macy W Crew is watching this show with bated interest as well.
Oh, yeah. Daniel, it's interesting that you mentioned the Rampage from last night. While I have not seen the entirety of the show yet,
I have.
Noah and I literally just minutes ago finished calling the trios match between Jay Lethal, Jeff, and the goddess Karen Jarrett.
Screw Karen Jarrett!
Versus Mark and Papa Briscoe and that diabolical, dastardly, meddling, no good referee, Aubrey
That's right.
Edwards.
How dare you insult the integrity of Aubrey Edwards? Oh, everybody's got a problem with Edwards. Lord forbid a referee has a personality in the wrestling industry. Hello, you not remember Nick Patrick? You not remember Earl Daggum Hebner? You not remember the most crooked referee of all time, Scott Armstrong? Don't give me that nonsensical baloney.
Of all time?
Really? Scott's worse than Hebner or Patrick? Okay, you know what? Screw the talking talk. Let's discuss that for a second.
Scott Armstrong was in Triple H's pocket. That's all you need to know about
Hebner, Hebner at least gave crap to everybody, so he's got to be ruled out by default.
But in any event, as these three over here dispute referees, we just called that match that will be up tomorrow in the members-only section of the Casa DX.
Throw it back up there again. Oh, Lordy, yes.
Of course, got to throw it back up there.
So for all the people that subscribe to the members-only section, you are going to get to see me and Noah call that match. Like I said, we literally, not even 20 minutes ago, finished calling that. And then we came right into this with Jeff and crew because Collision is the world premiere. And I don't want to take the reins away from producer man here, but I feel like before we get any deeper, we've got to give a special shout out to boss man Aaron Rift.
Yes.
For allowing us to broadcast this stream tonight across the No DQ channel to the No DQ Galaxy.
Yes.
So for all of you guys out there that are watching on the No DQ channel that have not witnessed a Jeff Meacham Network presentation of a watch along before, you guys are in for a fun time as the Simple Man Noah Foster and the Heb Man James Hebert call all the action as we watch the show live on TV.
And in fact, the last time this happened with No DQ, it was me and good old JM calling the Ric Flair Last Match special top to bottom.
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
That just shows how special an event this is.
Yep.
Well, Go ahead, Jeff.
No. It's one of those. This is, like I said at the top, this is a landmark night in the industry. You know, Ric Flair's last match card, for whatever else it was touted as Ric Flair's last match. They lined up a major Crockett-style show, start to finish, and Aaron figured, much like we say at Disney, part of the magic. You want to be part of the magic. So that's what we did, and that's what we're doing tonight. This is, wrestling has not been in prime time on a Saturday night on a Turner network in a very long time. Like we said, a quarter century. So this is a huge, huge deal for everybody involved at Warner Brothers Discovery, everybody at AEW, and thanks to that happening, everybody here in the Jeff Meacham Network Multiverse of Media, and thanks to Bossman Rift, who will join us after the Collision main event, by the way, to give his thoughts on tonight's show. He will be in studio with us. Thanks to him, we now are broadcasting across the No DQ Galaxy, so we thank him, as you said, JJ. We thank the boss man for allowing us to be part of his world, which is a whole other medium. But anyway, I just turned the TV up by mistake.
Yes. And to Josh's point, Ric Flair's last match card was a true forbidden door. Now, I'm not going to give Tony Khan the crap that you're trying to spew, Mansfield.
Right.
We don't want to go there, especially since we're not 10 minutes in yet.
Right.
Although we will be in 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. But to your point, it truly was a forbidden door because you had representation from every major company, including WWE, as Jeff Jarrett was still technically in the offices at the time of that match.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. That was people, and I'm not going to downplay by any means the importance of the Brian Pillman memorial shows, but those were touted as everybody's here. Flair's last match, that Crockett show, everybody was represented.
Exactly.
So, including, as you said, JJ, the WWE, by having one of their executives there. It was an awesome time. It was an awesome moment. It is on TNT, right?
Yes, it's on TNT.
Avengers
the credits,
ending.
Credits go on for the what's this movie? Whatever.
Avengers Age of Ultron is doing the end credits.
Oh, you gotta love the boy. We go to see Elemental last night, and he was trying to tell me that the last thing we saw here was Age of Ultron. I'm like, Bubba, Inside Out was after Age of Ultron. No, it wasn't. Freaking look at the calendar. Oh, okay. Teenager, you don't know everything.
The kids keep up with time. What?
No, you know what though? For real, if any of you have chit-ins or are Pixar fans or Disney Pixar fans, go see Elemental. Go pay the theater price. It is amazing. I absolutely loved every bit of it yesterday. And, having time with the kids is always good. The El Capitan is an experience that everybody should have at least once in their life. Seeing a movie there, it's a tremendous outing. I fully recommend all things about it. Come on.
Fair enough.
And Hulu Live is just, God, how many Stars channels are there? Christ's sakes.
How many genres are there for the world of cinema?
That's fair.
Just saying. I think Showtime does the same thing because my mom has Showtime with her Paramount Plus. Me, meh.
3 or 4 different TBSs because I got East and West, like 45 stars. I'm like, I only need 2. I only need 1. Really, I'm only on one coast.
You're Latino. You can go, India or Australia. I don't freaking know.
It's freaking
right.
Worldwide.
Anyway,
we're going to globally worldwide premiere Collision in a matter of seconds once these credits roll through. And again, we'll see what this new standard will be weekly for Saturday Night Professional Wrestling Live. That will mostly be 2 hours live, but in circumstances, there will be times where it will be pre-recorded, as they alluded to, on Thursday nights, but still premiere Saturday in the standard time slot, which I think is a wise move when you consider you're going to have other events that are going to conflict. I'm not just talking about the PLE, so that's going to be another thing on streaming. You still have sports. You still have other specials. You still have media agreements. But this is the kickoff. This is what sets the pace. We got new commentary team. We got a nicer, different set. We're going to see how the cast plays out throughout the show. And we're also going to hear Elton John in our opener.
Yeah.
How did he get the rights to Elton John's Saturday Night's Right for Fighting, but you can't get the final countdown by Europe? You're telling me Europe's well, I guess Europe is actually a longer legacy than Elton John. So, yeah.
Well, no, Elton's been around for a hot minute. It's just Europe is more selective on who they give the rights to. And honestly, Elton, if the money's right, he'll do it. And plus, he's not touring anymore, so he's not having that touring money anymore.
And here we go. Coming up next on TNT. The prodigal son, the Second City Saint, comes home.
And look at this card, you guys. We got a trios match, main eventing. Miro's back in action. Andrade's back tonight. And there we go. Off we go.
Ooh. Oh, it's a party tonight on Saturday night, and you know what that means. The world premiere of AEW Collision is finally here. Let's freaking go, folks, and welcome everybody for the first time. If this is your first time to the Jeff Beecham Multiverse of Media live watch all event specials. For those that don't know, I'm the simple man, the simple brand, and the voice of JMN, and my name is Noah Foster. And with me tonight, we got the man whose name's on the marquee. We got one of the fathers, both fathers, dads not always on wrestling. Good old GM Jeff Meacham and J.J. Williams. And, of course, my color analyst and all things non-WWE, James Hebert. And I am loving this set and pyro entrance. And we appreciate all of you for tuning in. Guys, you ready to go tonight? Because it's Saturday night, and you know what that means. And we are live.
I'm ready to go, man.
The United Center is cooking with gas. Look at that place, man.
Lots of CM Punk signs in the
audience. Oh, yeah.
As
there would be
CM Punk chants off the rip.
Oh, of course.
Yep.
Of course there will.
For all the
let's see what we kick things off with.
Punk was over.
Well, speaking of which.
And right away.
Goes.
Speak of the devil and he shall appear.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Second City Saints is here. CM Punk is back. And the United Center just lost their minds.
Absolutely. The best in the world.
Again, he says it all the time. When they change the questions, he changes the culture. CM Punk is back live.
Ooh, I like the Piper shirt he's wearing.
They were talking about that on social last a day and a half or so, Jay. I'm like, oh, JD's going to love when he sees that. It's very much a Piper reference. Absolutely.
Yes.
Piper's WrestleMania 1 shirt, if I remember correctly. So.
Yeah, the Panther.
Yep.
The voice of the voiceless, baby. And what is in the bag is what I'm curious about.
I don't know.
And I think what's hanging around his neck, pair of tennis shoes, or is that what's going to be part of his wrestling attire? Because let's not forget, guys, CM Punk will be involved in our main event. Trios matches, CMFTR for the second time ever in AEW history. They go up against Samoa Joe and Bullet Club's Gold, Jay White, and Rock Hard Juice Robinson. But it looks like we're finally going to hear what's been on CM Punk's mind since he's been MIA since last year.
As far as how
I have an idea here. I'm wondering if in the bag is the AEW championship.
could be.
Ooh.
He never lost the belt.
That's a good call, JJ.
So just show you how far reaching we are, guys.
Is still the champion.
Yeah. Not only are we being watched by the NWQ Galaxy and our Multiverse of Media, we are being watched live in Bali as it is morning. Hello, Jerry Williams. Good to see you in the chat room, brother.
What is good, Pop? We acknowledge you all the way.
We around the world, brother. That's it. Father's Day weekend. Jerry's watching, and CM Punk has dropped his bag. Maybe, just maybe, he's going with a suggestion that some of us said last year after Brawl, bag of weed, Punk. Everything's better with a bag of weed.
Okay, look, it's not 420, and Matt Riddle's not on the screen, Jeff. Just saying. But CM Punk does have a microphone in his hand. And already ticking off the AEW brackets.
Whoa.
Yo.
Oh, here we go.
On.
Oh, boy. Uh-oh. He's tired of being nice. This is going to be 10 months, folks. Eesh. That's a nasty industry. Daggum right.
That's what's up. Minding everybody about the 10 months he's been gone with the torn tricep.
Right on.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, popularity contest, what is it, high school? Uh-oh.
I can hear somebody's TV distinctly. Just a heads up, guys.
Yeah, about to say, be careful, folks. Oh, boy.
Well, it's old 15-year-old me.
Yeah. Chicago is CM Punk's turf, period.
Absolutely.
The summer of Punk.
He could seriously probably commit live murder in that ring, and they wouldn't even string him up. I swear to God.
Nope.
I mean, this is Chicago we're talking about. They have their own shady crime history. We're not going to talk about Al Pacino here, though. If you know, you know.
I love the red and yellow color scheme. So matching the old Nitro stuff. I dig it. I
really am loving this scheme. I love the set. I love the commentary, by the way. Nigel McGuinness, Kevin Kelly on commentary.
On his tights. Totally a Bret Hart reference also.
Well, we all know how much CM Punk and FTR idolized the Hart Foundation and Bret the Hitman Hart. The second coming, the Second City Saint, here at AEW Collision World Premiere at the United Center. Well, again, you support, get that support by the fans, and give it back. They won't turn away.
Absolutely.
Yep, he is himself. Yeah, someone's TV, definitely. I just heard that too. And not copyright, not copyright. Again, it's kind of hard to really talk when you're listening to a promo. And I'm sure everybody else is watching all around the world too, including Canada, TSN.
No, I understand that. That's why I'm trying to mute when I'm not talking, but make sure
yeah, but you gotta have some sort of engagement.
and yeah, by the way, first thing he says is, "I'm not going to play nice." He's got that really buzzed haircut he had when he turned heel in WWE.
I'm about to say, yeah, we talked about this, I think, on my Zoom call. Yeah, this is shades of CM Punk, WWE champion. And he's a guy that's never afraid to speak the truth, no matter who it hurts.
Yep, I was just going to say, he just said, "I am the truth, and the truth is painful."
Yeah, well, the truth will set you free. So it seems. Oh, that. Pepsi Phil.
That's great.
Boomy, Jeremy. Yep. There's a reason why he still exists, and he still draws. What? One Billville. Oh!
Damn.
Oh, I know what that was about. Oh!
Wow.
Oh!
Oh, man.
That should have been the mic drop, but it's not yet.
I think
He's
just
not
getting
even
started.
close.
I don't think we've lit the fuse yet or prepped this pipe bomb.
No,
Oh!
no, we haven't even lit the spark to light the fuse.
Not even close.
I like the announcer table, by the way, it's at ringside. Oh boy. Gonna be fun tonight. Yeah, but we're on a TV schedule, right? So how much are you gonna give us?
Oh no, he's going pipe bomb. Oh no.
Are you sure about that?
He just said he had a lot of things to get off his chest.
Well, I do see a nuclear warning on the stage sign, so you might be onto something. That exclamation point might have more merit to it than I thought. Let's see. Why would CM Punk change?
He wouldn't.
Ding! There's the answer. Genuine, never compromise.
CM Punk is very much cut from the same cloth as Paul Heyman. He may lie to the boys in the back, but he will never lie to the fans.
Took the words out of my mouth, JJ. Let's feel. Oh boy. All right. He's sorry. Oh!
Damn.
Oh!
I know what he was talking about there. Tell me when I'm telling lies. Let's see. No lies detected.
I am sorry that the only people softer than you are the wrestlers you like.
Wow, dude.
Well,
And now he's grabbed the bag. I swear to God, I think the AEW title is in that bag.
Oh!
Yeah. Ooh. Oh.
What?
You're not telling lies. You won that dog collar match. And you also won that at Double or Nothing last year.
Mm-hmm.
Against Heyman Adam Page.
Oh my God, no way. It's the world title, isn't it?
Yeah, it'd be like your last call, your last dance. Oh boy.
Ooh.
Take CM Punk's spot if you can.
Oh.
He is not leaving the business until someone can fill his boots.
And he darn sure ain't dropping that title anytime soon. Proverbial or physical. CM Punk is back for the long haul, folks, whether you like it or not. Whoa.
It's mine, Max. Max, he said.
CM Punk claiming possession of the AEW World Championship title, proverbially and physically.
Chicago, we have a problem. And that problem is the two best talkers and the two best professional wrestlers are the world champions, and it is disputed right now.
Yeah,
What is
it's
going
not
on?
an undisputed situation. CM Punk never was defeated for the title.
Well, if you follow or seen enough of CM Punk, he's still to come later tonight.
Oh, yeah.
And if these shows are going to lead to separate brands, why not have a champion on each show?
I mean, you're not
theoretically speaking.
All I'm going to say is this. CM Punk never lost the AEW World Championship. Tell me when I'm telling lies.
No, you're not, brother. You're not.
They never got rid of the interim stip. You guys realize that, right?
Exactly.
They never outright said it was interim ever. And they never said it was the world at any point.
Well, no.
I don't know, man. It's disputed here. I think that's what Punk's going to go by. He's going to go by that role.
So I'd just like to point out, since we're going to keep synergy with the night, yes, Josh, they are going with HBK Razor. They're also going with what would have worked had, somebody done right by Hulk Hogan in 2000, not try to kick him out of the company. Oh, wait, that's for later. We'll move on. Anyway.
About to say,
Open mic night later on, kids.
Yes.
Anyway.
Very first match of our very first episode of Collision is going to be the instant classic Christian Cage leading Luchasaurus, his charge in his quest for the TNT Championship against Wardlow.
How fitting on a TV series premiere, you have a TV championship, be the first champion showcase and defended, by the way, on the appropriate network.
The spot it always deserved to be on, by the way.
Hey, Kevin Kelly, Nigel McGuinness, Ring of Honor represent. This is so crazy seeing these two together in 2023.
I love it. I absolutely love seeing Kevin and Nigel together. This is tremendous. So to everybody that is coming in late, you missed a CM Punk promo, but he will be in our main event tonight. So
absolutely.
I'll give you a quick rundown, Cliff Notes for everybody that came in. CM Punk said, I never lost that belt. I'm still the world champion, and we now have a Razor versus MJF. Razor.
And he's the one true build, not no counterfeit dollar or buck.
That was a good line. I like that. That was a good line.
Dude, the amount of people he fired shots at in one promo.
The best line was, if you think that I owe you an apology, the only people that are softer than you are the wrestlers you like. That was the line of the promo.
Absolutely.
You know who that was to? That was to every person out there in the IWC with a capital S of sensitivity.
Yes. The people that are on the FCM Punk train and that are swinging from the lower groin area of the elites.
Well, it's time, right? I guess it's our first match it's my first match on calling it on No DQ. This is weird.
There you go, right?
No reason we're underway.
It's a hot fight right here.
And I know that this is the beginning match, but no, I only feel it's appropriate. Here we go!
Well, considering the TNT Championship's been missing that level of prestige and identity since loss to the likes of Cody and Darby Allin, I think that's respectable here on this TV premiere. What a drop kick by Wardlow!
Wow. Pure athleticism by the big dog.
Big dog, non-copyright.
Yeah, fair.
War Dog James, AEW Collision, trending worldwide, and rightfully so. And Ratnig with a hot take there. And again, folks, if you want to dictate the conversation, super chat's as simple as that. We appreciate you all for tuning in to the reactions, the conversation, the discussion, and just the overall analytics as Luchasaurus just went face first into the apron. Of course, Luchasaurus now reincarnated into a different fossil. Much more dangerous beast out of Jurassic Park by Christian Cage.
Trying to escape.
But at this point, Christian Cage basically has a Tonka in 2023. Whoa!
Does a lariat.
Statboy, if you're watching the chat room, confirm Cape Rayer 23's question about Wardlow's title defense number, please.
I can confirm that's correct. He's defended since getting it back against Christian Cage and Jake Hager. He's been champion now for 60 days, but this isn't the first time that he and Luchasaurus have gone one-on-one. He previously has a victory over Luchasaurus in a lumberjack match. What a boot.
Yeah, big boot by Luchasaurus after Christian distracted Wardlow. And now this is not spelling any good now for the TNT champion.
Yeah, you talk about Christian Cage being Luchasaurus corner. Let's not forget Arn Anderson's nowhere to be found after they bludgeoned the man. Oh!
They legit bludgeoned him, Noah. That was bad.
Yeah, that's why I use that word emphatically, Jeff. Thank you for confirming that.
Oh,
Jeff Meacham approved.
Well, that's
There's a
fair.
cover of the Pearl
That's fair.
Prince. It's a 1 count.
Oh, okay. No worries, Mikey. Please keep watching the Casa, please.
Oh, open palm strike in the corner.
Man, a lot of people in already in the first 30 minutes. Again, team of the show, we thank you guys for watching. Again, if you're watching on No DQ, you're watching on the JMN Network Multiverse of Media, Noah's channel, James' channel, JJ's channel, my channel. We thank you so much. If you're watching on Twitter, we thank you as well. Please, let me not forget you guys on the Twitter.
Oh, what a savant kick by Luchasaurus. The way he got his extension on that leg, man.
DeFay, this is Luchasaurus' first actual in-ring match since coming back from the injury after losing that steel cage match at Full Gear last year to Jungle Boy Jack Perry.
Yeah. And now
going to picture. Hey, Burger King, woohoo.
Yeah, and get your fast food wherever you want. I still wonder what's better in cover. I still wonder what's better in Chicago because I've never been there. Is it the pizza or the hot dogs?
Pizza. Well, no, you know what though? When I was to be fair, I had to really search for the
as you were saying.
Sorry, I just lost train of thought there for a second. The pizza was better because I had more opportunities to get it. I didn't have a lot of hot dog opportunities. I just realized we got JJ and I in here during the stream. That's my bad. So I'll go ahead and pull during the match. I'll pull us out and we'll come back.
Whoops.
Yeah. Real quick. Noah, you'll notice how Wardlow is just absolutely being dominated here by Luchasaurus. Luchasaurus had that neck crank on, and now just those soccer ball kicks right to the upper back, just really working on his neck muscles, his upper back muscles.
Yeah, I'm about to say, this is our opening match. You said in the world premiere of AEW Collision's premiere episode. Still to come tonight, we'll hear the Acclaim. We got women's tag team action. Sky Blue with a Nightingale taking on Tony Storm, Ruby Soho. We got Andrade El Idolo returning, taking on Buddy Matthews. And of course, you heard from CM Punk, but we'll see him in action as CMFTR takes on Samoa Joe, Rock Hodges Robinson, and Switchblade Jay White. And there's still probably so much what happened in between as we're on the road to Forbidden Door.
Oh, that martial arts kick right to the upper back as he was leaning over the ropes, by the way. Did you see that, Noah?
Yeah, and let's also keep this in mind. TNT title matches are TV championship matches with a 20-minute time limit. We've seen them gone to a draw before. It just rots in there. I think Wardlow's got some internal bleeding, too. You see blood coming from the lip and the mouth.
Yeah, I don't blame him, considering the fact that he's gotten his... he's just gotten rocked this entire match. There's that back...
Cover two? No.
Almost like a back suplex release there.
Well, Wardlow even said what Arn Anderson's been trying to tell him. Sometimes you need to buy a man's thumb off. Sometimes you need to take a man's eye out. Sometimes you got to take a steel chair to them. And Arn Anderson literally took the thumb of Luchasaurus, it seemed, at Double or Nothing, which really instigated this further in the first place.
Yeah. Yeah,
of course, sure. Christian Cage made his intentions be known that he initially wanted the TNT Championship as we are back live here at AEW Collision. United Center, Pat's house there tonight. And what you look at Wardlow lifting up Luchasaurus, electric chair position. Are you kidding me?
That's unbelievable.
The raw power.
Wow.
The drop.
Yeah, just drilled Luchasaurus that time. And that's with injured ribs, Noah, possibly.
Good grief. I'm just, getting stuff fit for my ear. As, again, folks, you want to keep away to the Collision. Next Saturday, they come across Canada, from Ontario, from Hamilton, from Regina, Saskatchewan. And let's keep this in mind, James. Canada will be hosting the Owen throughout the entire summer. You know Collision is going to be a huge part of that.
Oh, absolutely it will be. You kidding me?
Of course, we'll learn about more of the Owen at Forbidden Door, which occurs next week, Sunday. Stay tuned for coverage on that, folks.
Look at the athleticism of Wardlow here. Wow.
Shoulder tackle in the corner, lifting the big man. Again. Oh!
Oh, Alabama Slam Spinebuster.
If you will. Rest in peace, Dusty Rhodes. And right now, Luchasaurus down in the middle of the ring, might be in the drop zone. We know how much Wardlow channels the Hardys.
Yeah, he does. Looking for that Swanton bomb. Shanton variation of it.
That's a fair point, but Christian Cage wants to get a distraction. Oh!
Right in the Warlows. Right in the War Dogs.
Well, that's always a way to render your opponent in a vulnerable state. And Luchasaurus got him goozled. In fact, Luchasaurus, former AEW World Tag Team Champion, Jungle by Jeff Perry. Oh, just ripped down to the mat.
Of course.
Is that enough for it? Do we have a new TNT Champion for a collision? No!
Ooh, that was close.
Well, kick out at 2.5. This match continues. I still wonder, though, what's more powerful, a Glock or a tail whip? I guess I won't learn that answer tonight, though. But again, Christian Cage clearly came in here with a game plan to seize the TNT Championship, this time for Luchasaurus, and it's paying dividends so far, coming closer and closer. Wardlow, the 3-time TNT Champion, by the way, beating Powerhouse Hobbs most recently for it.
This is a definition of a big hoss match here. Oh! Taking a page out of Arn Anderson's playbook, biting the injured thumb of Luchasaurus.
Oh, man, but he gets a back elbow strike. And again, so you got to take a man's thumb off. And big headbutt to the heart. Oh, man, counter headbutt. Back clothesline.
Jeez.
Good grief. Talk about kinetic energy. Every shot you thought that was going to take Wardlow down didn't.
This is the perfect you could say this match is a collision.
Well, I mean, that's the name of the show. And you might be right there, Kate Ray. I didn't get the weight metrics. Once again, Christian Cage on the ropes as Wardlow looked to create a powerbomb symphony here in Chicago. Oh, deadlift powerbomb! Wow.
Christian's interference
in the highest degree.
Christian's interference didn't even phase him. It didn't even phase him, Noah.
And Maestro, get your conductor ready here. Christian Cage with a chair, though. What's Christian Cage going to do with the chair? He can't do anything. He knows if he gets involved, Luchasaurus gets disqualified. Title doesn't change hands. Christian Cage is literally at a point that he can do nothing.
Crowd is going nuts. By the way, keep this in mind as well, Noah. When All Out, when he was first announced that he would be on this roster, Chicago erupted.
Hold the thought. Choke slam by Luchasaurus. Cover. 2 new 7. No.
Wow. That was really close on Wardlow. I was just about to say that when they had All Out in 2019, Wardlow was one of the first signees announced on that show, and the crowd erupted. So this is definitely a partisan crowd in the favor of Wardlow here tonight. Oh,
and once again, Wardlow, deadlift Luchasaurus transition. Might be looking for a pile driver here. Oh, power slam instead.
Yeah, he had to adjust a few times just to get that done. But he got it.
You see him grasping his right arm, though. Again, how much power did that take out of the big man? Big man intended. War Dog, by the way, is the appropriate term for Wardlow for those that don't know. And that's also non-copyright. Then Wardlow up to the top rope, looking to fly! Swanton connects!
Wow. And here it is, Wardlow. The straps are down. He's not playing games anymore.
Can I get Wardlow versus Keith Lee at some point, please? Seriously. Then once again, Christian Cage trying to get involved here, playing distraction. Too close for comfort there. Oh, wait a minute! Luchasaurus trying to follow up, take advantage, does it though. Mounting punches here by the champion. Luchasaurus escapes from underneath, distracts the referee. Oh, what the?
Oh, come on!
What was that? Was that a headset?
That was a headset!
And there's shot by the head. Luchasaurus for the cover for the win. Luchasaurus is the new TNT champion! Are you kidding me?
Wow.
And Christian Cage did have a plan. And look at Christian Cage claiming the championship for himself like he won the damn Stanley Cup.
Yeah, like what do you didn't do anything. You just cheated to help Luchasaurus win, dude. You didn't win the title.
I also got to put this in perspective, James. That's another time this year that Wardlow has lost the TNT Championship within less than 100 days. Look at this sight. Luchasaurus with Christian Cage up on his shoulders holding the TNT Championship. Luchasaurus is the new TNT Champion. History made at Collision.
Yeah, but he's not even being able to hold the belt.
Well, I wonder what is next in this saga. I'm sure that's far from over. We'll have probably more sequels in the Jurassic Park to go backstage with QTV and Powerhouse Hobbs and Lexi Nair. Unbelievable.
Oh, goody. Time for QT Marshall. Oh, goody.
Yeah, QT Marshall, for those that don't know, not Marshall. That's an insult to Marshalls. Marshall.
Oh, Lordy.
Honestly, I'm happy for this, and I'm not entirely surprised.
No, I'm not
You
surprised.
knew the first episode of Collision had to pack a punch, had to pack something that was going to be remembered.
Yes.
And the TNT title, unfortunately, being the hot potato championship, being bounced around more than Paul Heyman's checks in the dying days of ECW,
Damn.
was the perfect championship to do it with.
I agree.
You've now got a champion in Luchasaurus who's probably going to be more or less exclusive to the Collision brand, while Wardlow is always seen on Dynamite.
Well,
and now you've actually got the TNT title on a TNT show on the regular basis.
There you go.
Yeah, with a new
This is
TNT champion.
only good for Collision, I think.
It definitely is going to give it a different identity, and definitely so far, Collision on all fronts has been a whole different appearance and atmosphere. Good grief. I can't believe that. First match, first championship match, Collision history, and already a new champion.
Again, I will say, I have to say it again.
How many times does Wardlow need to lose the TNT championship?
Enough time so that way they can finally, I don't know, just be like, okay, let's put him in the world title picture now.
Yeah.
I just got to put it out there, though. There was no Arn Anderson, and obviously Arn Anderson not being out there was a huge difference because Christian Cage was the decider. That shot with the headset to the back of Wardlow's head and that clubbing blow by Luchasaurus follow-up gave Luchasaurus the win.
I have a feeling this is going to be the last time Wardlow loses that title.
I hope you're right.
Yeah. How many times has he been TNT champion now?
I believe 3.
3? Oh my.
Yeah, he first won it against Scorpio Sky last year. Then he lost it at Full Gear last year in the triple threat with Powerhouse and Samoa Joe. Then he won it back from Samoa Joe this year at Revolution, making the man go to sleep in Samoa Joe's own move. Then he lost to Powerhouse Hobbs after Powerhouse Hobbs aligned himself with QT Marshall, and QT was born, your version of TMZ, that's all elite. And then he got back from Powerhouse Hobbs when Arn Anderson decided to be in his corner to be the difference maker against QT Marshall. And we just saw Wardlow lose the TNT championship again, thanks to Christian Cage this time to Luchasaurus.
Yeah, that's a lot of hot potatoing.
And you got to wonder what Jungle Boy Jack Perry's thinking. You know, Christian's old charge and Luchasaurus' old tag team partner.
Right.
You know, I've almost got to question whether or not he's going to be trying to sneak into this picture and challenge his old partner, now rival Luchasaurus, to potentially get a title shot, especially once Forbidden Door is over and his quest against Sonata and the IWGP Championship. Which that is something we will be discussing on Open Mic Night tonight. So for all you guys watching, make sure you stick around as we will be discussing that later on this evening.
Well, it's one of those things also. I look at Jungle Boy Jack Perry, and there's a key thing he said on Wednesday's Dynamite that really caught my attention. Hook is my best friend, quote unquote. You usually hear the word best friend, and it's not associated with Chuck and Trent. Right. You know there's going to be a division sooner rather than later. And in my opinion, Jungle Boy Jack Perry needs to reset his identity if he's ever going to become a champion of All Elite Wrestling after falling short at Double or Nothing. But speaking of falling short and coming back to be redeemed, possibly, folks, the Redeemer, happy Miro Day. Miro is back as AEW Collision is back on our screens. Miro is back in action.
Oh, okay. We're doing that first. Okay.
Yeah, of course, that's going to come later. But before then, I think they did say that Buddy Matthews is going to go one-on-one with Andrade El Idolo. As we return again, look at the end result here. He literally took a camera and bashed Wardlow over the head with it twice. And the official didn't see it. Clubbing shot to the back of the head by Luchasaurus follow-up. Rose to the cover, hook of the leg, new TNT champion.
Just brutalized him with that Northern Lariat, too, to the back of the head after getting a camera right to his face.
I mean, yeah, Luchasaurus took Wardlow's head off with that clothesline. That was a lariat, excuse me. That was intense. But yeah, you guys are right. You think Christian won the Stanley Cup, but Tampa Bay didn't win the Cup this year. Anyway.
To be fair, neither did Toronto.
No, well, he renounced Toronto a long time ago. Matter of fact,
Yeah.
I think he and Edge were both the Tampa games against
Oh,
Toronto. They were rooting for both because they live in Tampa, but they're from Toronto. So
Well, while you try to bring Stanley Cup statistics to light, the House of Black makes the way
There they
inside
come,
the
brother.
arena
That's
tonight,
it.
courtesy of Buddy Matthews and Julia Hart, as Buddy Matthews goes one-on-one against the returning Andrade El Idolo, 1/3 of our current AEW World Trios champions.
and you mentioned that, Noah. Let's talk about this little fun doozy here. We got a member of Los Ingobernables, the leader of Los Ingobernables, against one member of the House of Black, Buddy Matthews, and they are no strangers to each other. They are no strangers at all to each other.
They go all the way back to NXT back in 2016 when Andrade Idolo got 2 singles victories on him. Later on in 2017, though, Buddy Matthews finally defeated Andrade one-on-one. Andrade Idolo, a former NXT champion, while Buddy Matthews only got to be NXT Tag Team Champion at some point. But both men extremely dangerous, extremely explosive, extremely impactful, as finally returning from injury, Andrade El Idolo.
Here he comes.
I have been waiting a long time for the return of La Sombra, former middleweight and welterweight champion of NWA, former IWGP Intercontinental Champion, his first match of 2023. And as you alluded to, the leader of Los Facciones Ingobernables, while Rouge and El Jalistico and Jose the Assistant President Van's been holding down the front. And potentially Andrade winning here could lead his group to maybe an AEW Trios Championship match.
You got to imagine that absolutely could be the route they go.
Well, I know one thing's for sure. This has every candidate to be match of the night.
Well, when you got 2 world-class athletes in Andrade El Idolo and Buddy Matthews one-on-one, you got that international flair that a lot of people have been craving for a long time. You got 2 of the very best to ever lace up a pair of boots going to be going one-on-one here tonight.
I remember seeing Andrade Idolo live in his trilogy against Pac for the first time in Cincinnati a couple of years ago, as we have Aubrey Edwards, our official here for this match. Let's hear it for Aubrey. Anyway, that's a sub-story. But also, like you said, Andrade Idolo, multiple-time world-over accomplished athlete, former WWE United States champion. In fact, the last time he and Buddy Matthews had a collision, pun intended, was in tag team action in WWE when Buddy Matthews was the disciple of one Seth freaking Rollins. The rings were underway.
Yeah, Aubrey Edwards literally back in her old duties as referee on Rampage. On Rampage, had her first ever professional wrestling match on national television.
Congratulations, by the way, retiring undefeated at 1-0. But let's focus on these 2 men. Let's freaking go. Also, congrats to the accolades of AEW Fight Forever. And yes, I am definitely purchasing that video game. The comment on top, kicking things off here. We talked about for the longest time how Buddy Matthews is highly underrated as a singles competitor. The amount of matches this man has had before obtaining the Trios Championships is a crime to his capabilities. Former Cruiserweight champion, the best kept secret of 205 Live, became the best kept secret of the House of Black.
No, look at that. Andrade El Idolo with a vicious headlock. There's Buddy Matthews bouncing him onto the ropes. And they just have a shoulder barge.
They need a man giving an inch right now here. Oh, nice headlock takeover. And the head scissors takeover countered by Andrade Idolo. Now this is going to pick up fast.
Wow.
Whoa.
Textbook counter wrestling right there by 2 of the very best.
I mean, when you're a cousin of, the Latino greats like Andrade Idolo is.
Now look at that.
Great ground action here so far. Good mat exchange. We really haven't gotten to the physical game yet. Ooh. Blocks the high kick. Side headlock. Andrade off, though. Good shoulder block. Takes Buddy Matthews down. Again, also, the one thing we talk about all the time, when you are away with injury, the number one thing that could be your X factor is ring rust, as Andrade finds his way on the ropes. Tranquilo, James.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he has any ring rust. If he does have ring rust, he's not showing it too much right now.
Whoa, Buddy Matthews lured in, thrown to the outside, and
right
into the kick there. Julia Hart looks unimpressed.
Yeah.
No, Julia Hart, you don't mess with Andrade's mask. That's sacrilegious against Lucha Libre culture. Back elbow strikes. Oh, what a punt kick on the apron.
Just right to the jaw. That pump kick landed with authority, and now there's
Andrade.
Andrade.
Moonsault from the entrance of the floor by Andrade El Idolo.
Andrade hasn't pulled that maneuver out since his days in AAA, all the way back in 2013. Talk about reaching into the bag of tricks. Take a look at this again.
Good grief, man. Again, talk about making an impact back on the premiere. Everybody's trying to literally put out all the stops and be the focal point here at Collision. Oh, pushing the ring post, though. And thrown over into the timekeeper area. Good grief.
Oh, no.
Again, 10 count. 10 count on the outside of the ring. Gotta be aware of it. Two world-class premier athletes squaring off for the first time ever in AEW.
Oh, I think he landed his face right into the upright water bottle there after he just slammed him into the table.
Well, hold that thought, James, off the barricade!
What?
Oh!
Whoa!
T. Harris takeover. Buddy Matthews head first into that steel partition.
Yeah, you ain't kidding head first. He turned into a freaking lawn dart into the thing.
Again, think about the injuries Buddy Matthews has had to the shoulder in the past. Here's a cover, hook of the leg by Andrade. 2 count only.
Yeah, Buddy Matthews just shooting that shoulder up. And again, like, this has been chaotic from the word go. These two will not pull punches. These two are heavy hitters. We know how hard they can strike. We've seen it in the past over in NXT and WWE.
Again, Andrade El Idolo, former NXT champion. Oh, that shoulder. Oh, boy. Buddy Matthews explaining apart, sending Andrade shoulder first into the barricade. And both men looking to exploit a weakness.
And if I'm Buddy Matthews, I'm targeting those shoulders for the rest of the match.
As Buddy Matthews goes to the top rope. Might be looking for that top rope Meteora. Got it!
And just as soon as I say that, the Meteora pinpoint on the shoulders, you'll notice, Noah.
Look at the near leg. Is it enough here to win a collision? No!
Yeah, Buddy Matthews may have tweaked his knee, though.
Yeah, about to say, you see Buddy Matthews grasping his left knee as we go to Wrestling Quality Picture-in-Picture and have a briefer moment here and see what you all are discussing. Yes, JR, he did have a nasty fall, but hey, never keep good old JR down. Come on now, you know this guy. And he will be a part of the main event call of Collision. Your primary duo for commentary at Collision is Nigel McGuinness and Kevin Kelly. Also, Kevin Kelly will still resume his duties as part of the English voice of New Japan Pro Wrestling. And let's see what Jeff here. Andrade and Charlotte both been working their respective butts off in the gym and other workouts during their time away. Definitely shown here with Andrade. I feel like Andrade El Idolo never takes a day off from the gym, but right now, both men, oh no, you don't want to see this.
Trainers are both in here. Doc Sampson and Buddy Matthews' corner, another trainer in the other.
You're checking Andrade El Idolo's shoulder, making sure there's still movement in it, and you're checking Buddy Matthews' left knee. Again, safety has to be the number one priority. You got to look at the well-being of the athletes, of the competitors.
Yeah, they were going hard right at the opening bell, man. They did not pull punches, and it may have cost them. And you got to think, Buddy Matthews' knee with the Meteora landed right onto Andrade's collarbone that Buddy Matthews was working on the outside earlier when he smashed him into the barricade after a drop kick. So, you know, it's definitely hurting, and I'm sure his knee is not feeling any better after that.
Yeah, but pride is a foolish thing, and you can see the audience getting behind both, as both men say they can't continue. It looks like they are going to collide in the middle of the ring.
And here we go, firefight
in Chicago. That's nothing new, I'm sure, for that city. Just saying. Oh, man, kick him right at the knee, took him out. And Andrade Eagles, the thinking man here, while he still grasps his arm close to his chest, as we got a full commercial break here for the moment. Oh, brother. Not how you want. Yeah, again, the worst thing you want to see in any capacity of the industry is an injury. No matter what time, no matter what span, no matter what competitor, no matter how you feel about a character, all right? Nobody is out there to legitimately injure somebody, nor wants to see somebody injured. Seen it countless times, though, that has really derailed a presentation. And on a world premiere like this, you can't afford that. So both these men know what they want to do. But again, you have to consider your longevity, too. And Buddy Matthews is 1/3 of the AEW World Trios champions. Let's also keep that in perspective.
Yeah, exactly. And they have been a dominant force since the word go, where Andrade hasn't even been able to get off the ground in the AEW. This is a must-win situation for Andrade here.
I mean, Andrade Eagle's always gone hot out of the gate, whether it's against Pac, whether it's against Cody, whether it's against Darby Allin, whether it's against Kazarian. Input name here, as we are back now in AEW Collision. 10 count being applied to the outside. Buddy Matthews, the only man standing in the middle of the ring. Referee count up to 3. Andrade still grasping that shoulder. Must have took a nasty bump. Buddy Matthews in control here. And Julia Hart's just watching on, observing. The presence that Julia Hart sets as part of the House of Black goes to her growth as a character.
There's a kid helping up Andrade. Andrade helped out.
Andrade crawled back in the ring at 8. Keyword crawl. How tough is a one-armed man in a fight? Just saying.
Yeah, and it does look like Buddy Matthews is trying to get some feeling back in that leg as he's doing those kicks with his other leg that isn't damaged.
And again, you imagine if either of these men will be involved in Forbidden Door, which again is literally the upcoming Sunday after this one.
And notice every kick, too, is either going right to the jaw or right to the shoulder blades, the bad shoulder blades of Andrade. And look at that. You'll notice there is a swelling on Andrade's shoulder. Dragon screw!
Leg whip. Damn, that move has to suck. And Andrade now attacking the leg. Oh, an inverted dragon screw leg whip.
Yeah, and he's hitting those with authority, man.
Ooh, swing and a miss. And again, a third dragon screw leg whip to the left leg of Buddy Matthews. Talk about really tweaking every muscle in the knee and leg. Ducks underneath the clothesline and drives to the other clothesline, off the arrows, flies in with the shoulder, takes Buddy Matthews off his feet. Both men down again.
Yeah, shades of Shawn Michaels with that front elbow strike, and both Andrade. Oh, there's Andrade with the kip up.
You literally said Shawn Michaels, and here's Andrade Illegal being his own showstopper, it seems, for the time being.
Yeah,
Buddy Matthews grasping his left knee, though. Might be looking for a figure for a leg a lot. Whoop. Off the ropes, springboard up the second, and moonsault, stance, follow through, got it! On the follow, cover, 2, no! The awareness of Andrade Eagle to not only stand on the moonsault, but follow a second moonsault all the way to the center of the ring and execute a quick pinfall.
Yeah, look at this. Andrade now trying to will himself back into the fight here. Buddy Matthews now crawling, scratching to get up himself after that moonsault press.
But that's how far both these men are willing to go against each other. That ability to shut out pain. Shades of Japanese strong style. Tomohiro Ishii, for those that know. And Andrade feeling some Latino heat. Oh, wait a minute. Buddy Matthews sends him off. Andrade lands on the apron. Oh!
Oh! Hangman's DDT! Underhook variation!
Good night, Andrade. Floats in the cover, too. No!
And that was right when Andrade was trying to come back into the ring with a slingshot spear. And he just caught him. Look at this again.
Yeah, like you said, perfectly executed. Bam! Spiked him. And hello, Dave. He's actually at there live in Chicago. Again, shout out to Bossman Riff. Please, folks, say yes to no DQ. Support the man as he is enjoying the world premiere live of AEW Collision. Hope he's having fun, too. Chicago, I heard, is a fun city. Oh,
wow.
Downtown area.
What a knife edge chop. You can hear that all throughout the United Center.
Again, I don't know how wise this is. Andrade literally climbing with one hand. Looking to hook Buddy Matthews for a possible superplex.
Yeah, this is a very dangerous situation with both men feeling the injuries that they feel. Uh-oh.
Buddy Matthews down in position. Sunset flip. Oh,
Jesus.
The leg gave out again of the attempted sunset flip power bomb. Andrade nearly losing his position, though. Wait a minute. Buddy Matthews hooking Andrade up. Off!
Shaky Nando's kick. Right to the top turnbuckle.
Picture perfect. And again, a follow-up. Now finally hooking Andrade up. Andrade rocked in. Oh, the knee again. The knee again. Oh!
Oh, my God. The fake out with the pump kick. The Yakuza kick got faked out with a rolling Judas Effect style elbow by Andrade El Idolo. And he's feeling that running Meteora in the corner.
Yep, those knees, as Selena Vega would say. Wait, Buddy Matthews on feet. Oh, my God.
Wow, V-Trigger just caught him right out of the air. That might have been
Buddy Matthews in the cover. 2. No.
Wow.
Aubrey Edwards in per position 2.5. Up to have an explosive follow-in by Buddy Matthews, preventing the Meteora. This is incredible. Fight forever indeed. Trying to go for the cloverleaf. Can he turn him over, though? Inverted cloverleaf.
Yeah, inverted cloverleaf. Right at shades of his fiance, Rhea Ripley's playbook, actually.
Yeah, mommy be proud. Oh, drop jaw first in the second turnbuckle, though. And Andrade, double leg takedown. Might be finally looking to hook him in. Figure 4 leg lock.
Yeah, figure
it's in
4.
The center of the ring.
Yeah, shades of Ric Flair, but will he channel his fiance and Charlotte, or his wife, excuse me, Charlotte, and will he go for the figure 8 variation of this?
Someone told me as soon as this match was booked, it was going to be a family matter. I didn't know it was going to be a family feud. Again, you see him applying the pressure, changing position, trying to bridge up, as you alluded to. Be looking for a figure 8. Are you kidding me? He taps! He taps! And
Wow!
Idolo wins!
Figure 8 gets Andrade El Idolo the win in what was a hard-hitting, fast-paced matchup.
Both men legitimately might have injured themselves. Andrade points to his shoulder. The agony of defeat and the thrill of victory. Andrade El Idolo returns in strong form and picks up a win over 1/3 of the AEW Trios champs.
Insane match.
What a freaking match.
2 of the very best in the world to ever do it, man.
Andrade El Idolo returns in strong form, and you gotta wonder, is there mutual respect between these two as he lifts Buddy Matthews up? Well, Buddy Matthews wants none of it, apparently. Now, come on, buddy. Seriously, man. Andrade was literally helping him up, it seemed. You see Andrade grasping his left arm close to his body. A hands out. I'll be looking for a handshake here.
Yeah.
Again, though, this is an ungovernable one, so I would tread cautiously. Then again, with the House of Black, can you trust them as well?
Exactly. They're both cut from the same cloth in different ways.
Let's see what we get here. Wait a second. Uh-oh. My screen went black.
Lights out.
Does Chicago have a power outage?
Well,
I don't see anything.
I mean,
we'll
messing with the lights.
The building is 40 years old, to be fair.
There's some cell phones out. The Julia Hart smiling. Andrade, Andrade, you might want to turn around. Because welcome to the House of Black. Malachi Black, Brody King in the ring.
This is going to be interesting.
Because
they haven't attacked him. That's the interesting thing. Wait a minute. Well,
you spoke too soon, James.
Discus Lariat, Brody Lee style.
R.I.P. to the Exalted One.
But this time by Brody King, and now look at this.
Okay, well, this is uncalled for, though, in my opinion. Seriously.
Yeah, no doubt.
But the House of Black sending a message. And we all know the history with Malachi Black and Andrade El Idolo. Andrade first came back into AEW with Malachi Black, and the lights go out again.
Wow.
Well, I guess message sent subtly. Well, as we go from there, folks, let's go ahead and take a look at this spotlight here.
Scorpio!
Jeff, why don't you talk about this guy here on our screen?
JJ, please.
Dude, it is so good to see this video package for Scorpio Sky. SoCal legend. One half of the Aerial Express, founding member of the Dynasty. Of course, SoCal Uncensored, alongside the Fallen Angel Christopher Daniels and Frankie the Future Kazarian. I've been waiting to see Scorpio Sky come back. He went out of action a little over a year ago, right, with an injury?
Yep.
And the rumor has been that he's been ready to come back for a while, but they just didn't really know where to plug him in. And it looks like with Collision being a thing now and the brand separation, they've finally figured out where to put him. I'm so happy to see him. Yes. I'm dreadful and fearing, though, that he's about to be fed to Miro, because they've hyped Miro up as being in action, and we just barely saw something about Scorpio Sky. So I'm hoping that's not what happens here, and they're just, a video package to tease his return in a couple of weeks or whatever. But if they feed him to Miro, I'm going to be pissed.
Let me, first of all, shout out to Boss Man in the chat room. He'll be with us at 10:05.
Yes, thank you again, Bossman Rift, for allowing us to broadcast this to the No DQ Galaxy. We made sure to give a shout out as soon as we went on the air, but since you're in the chat room, want to make sure that we give a shout out with you in presence.
Have fun, Aaron.
Let me do my thing here really quick in a solo shot, just so people don't think I'm speaking for everybody else here, because I'm not going to say that I am. To people in the chat room that are referring to the wrestlers on tonight's show as Mr. This or Mr. That, they're not. It's Buddy Matthews facing Andrade, and Malachi Black and his team came out there. Okay? Have a little respect for the people that are in the ring. Just because they're attached to the big WWE stars, throw a little respect on their name.
Agreed. Couldn't
Respect.
agree.
Show some integrity as Lance. Damn, I'm forgetting his last name. The Canadian dude, Lance Cade, not Lance Cade.
Lance
Storm.
Lance Storm. Thank you. For the life of me, I couldn't remember that.
Okay.
But the last time I saw that guy in action.
Anyway. Now, real quick. Speaking of respect, I have one shameless plug, but it relates to how No DQ was broken. So, Jeff, if you would, kind sir, just quick plug here.
Okay.
Yeah. Money in the Bank Retro Wrestling Review Series, youtube.com/users/Wrestling Fortune 44 Birdman is where you can find this retro. It's right on the front page. We cover the very event or the very storyline, the very angle that broke the internet, including NoDQ.com.
Yes,
so
accurate.
If you want to see what our thoughts are on the entire event, go check that out. Money in the Bank 2011, available now on the Wrestling Fortune 44 Incorporated brand, a part of FTW Productions.
There you go. And I'm appreciative of everybody's love of the wrestlers and just having a little fun, but the entirety of the match, I don't think either one of you offending parties, and I'll leave it at that, called them by their name. And one of you guys is already on my shit list in a couple hours anyway.
Ooh, I know who you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, in the meantime, I was to go back into the ring with everyone's favorite lawyer in the industry.
Look at the Larry logo on the United Center. That was good shit.
That's tremendous.
The varsity athletes.
Tony Nese is going to be fed to the Russian Lion.
Yeah. Did I mention how much I can't stand lawyers?
I love Tony Nese. I miss him on 205 Live, and we're going to miss his existence here in a few minutes, so it's okay.
That's true. Allow me to pray before our Redeemer that will be on our screens here shortly.
Right.
What's Tony Nese gawking about here?
Apparently everybody's fat trash.
Is Tony Nese acknowledging Roman Reigns?
As he should be. Everybody else is, it seems like, might as well have him, you know.
Not.
Well, not Jey Uso, but, you know. And
wait, what are you doing? What? I am not standing up. I have been out of phys ed since high school. You can shut up with that nonsense, all right?
Yeah, I'm good, bro. I'll do the workouts when I'm done with WIW. Thanks.
Enough of this nonsense. Stand before your Redeemer. Miro is back. Tony Nese ain't gonna be able to touch his toes if Miro has his way with him. Boy, I've missed this man.
Well, okay. Well, in order to touch your toes, you have to actually have your toes exist. I don't think Miro's going to let that happen.
Well, I mean, Miro likes to break backs. I don't know if he breaks feet, but either way, Miro is back. Happy Miro Day, folks! The Redeemer has risen!
Have fun, boys.
Did he rip his shirt off, Noah, by the way? Because I
of course
just saw
he
him
did.
tossing.
That's what he always does.
I just saw him tossing into the crowd, so let me know what you see. Is he walking down? He's walking down.
He is walking down with a purpose. The former TNT champion. He has not been seen since All Out 2022 after overcoming the House of Black alongside Darby Allin and Sting due to injury. Held the TNT Championship for 140 days, 8 defenses. Formerly called God's favorite champion. I gotta wonder, though, is he still in God's favor? But take a look at the incredible physique of Miro, man. He's been working out.
Yeah, you want to talk about physiques there, Tony. Look at the physique of the Bulgarian brute Miro here.
And listen to that crowd. Welcome back, Miro.
Miro Day has arrived.
Where's my calendar? Bell rings are underway. Referee Mike Posey, our official for this match. Tony Nese jaw jacking. Won't be doing that much soon enough.
Soon he might get his jaw jacked.
Whoa, Tony Nese, discretion to bear part of ours. To the common course, we will hear from the Acclaim. We have women's tag team action. And of course, our trios match main event. Botch. Tony Nese right now trying to lure Miro. Oh, nice cartwheel escape out the apron, though. And that open palm strike did nothing.
In fact, it may have just infuriated Miro.
Oh, I know. Oh my gosh! Oh, the body shots.
Yeah.
And then teeing off on Tony Nese in the corner.
Yep.
Stopping a mud hole in him. Good grief.
Yeah. Saw this coming a mile away.
Okay, who made Miro angry is what I want to know here, because I haven't seen this newfound rage in a long time.
I'll tell you, his physical therapist.
Fair enough. It wasn't Dr. Shelby, I'm guessing. Oh!
Oh my God. Jesus.
Clothesline from Bulgaria, or Nashville, excuse me. Absolute dominant performance so far by Miro. Oh, man. Uh-oh. And Miro right now, playing a tune off Tony Nese's chest in 8 different beats.
Yeah. Hello.
Tony Nese blocks the 10th shot, though. Hungs Miro up across the top rope. Tony Nese able to withstand that barrage. Trying to get back in this. Over the top. Oh!
Wow.
Hyperextends the arm across the top rope. Now Tony Nese going to the high-risk district. Looking to follow up here as Miro grasps his chest. But he calls for it. Catches him out of midair.
Yes, criminy.
Oh, my.
Follow-away slam by the big Bulgarian bulldozer. Wow.
Oh, man. Better than Nashville regularly, though. Although Charmouth's involved. I mean, Nashville is a cool city, though. I mean, have you been in downtown? It's full of life. I don't think Tony Nese will be full of life here in a moment.
Yeah.
Mark Sterling, you're going to need a new neck brace. Oh!
Oh, my gosh.
You need a back on Tony Nese, the roll through. Oh!
Spinning
heel kick, and only just raise the ire of the Redeemer. Miro wants more!
Oh, no.
Bring him your best fight, Tony Nese. Show him how premier you are. Doesn't leave the clothesline. Tony Nese starts to the clothesline again. Falls in. Gets caught again. Oh!
Catatonic by the big Bulgarian.
Miro is working on all cylinders tonight.
And he's ready. Gonna go for the Machka kick. Here we go.
Yep. There's no controversy behind this. Machka kick connects.
And he is ready.
He's been ready, man. Now, Street Fighter 6 man recently came out, but I feel like Miro's about to do a fatality. Game over! There's no continues for Tony Nese as he's trapped in the Accolade in the middle of the ring. There's 8 reasons to tap out in less than 8 seconds. Miro victorious.
You heard of Wreck-It Ralph. Here's Annihilated Miro.
I say the Redeemer has been redeemed in his return to All Elite Wrestling, to say the least.
Boy, is he ever.
Let's say on the replay here. Watch this kick. Bam!
Right to the jaw.
And then look how far he wrenches back on Tony Nese.
Remember how I said he was not going to be able to cut a promo for a month and he'll get his jaw jacked eventually? Well,
he's not going to do downward dog yoga position for a month after that.
True.
Oh, man.
I found a reason to actually be to be okay with being in Nashville, at least tonight anyway.
Right.
Debbie Gibson's there.
Oh, there you go.
Debbie Gibson's there, and my buddy Ariel Bevillier, formerly, well, not formerly, I don't know if she still is, but usually of Paradise Kitty when we're talking about Ariel, she is actually on guitar for Debbie Gibson's tour. So there you go.
Wow.
All right, hype it up. Thank God it wasn't Sky that got fed to Miro. I'm glad for that.
Yeah, as we saw,
promo, by the way.
Well, I mean, it's the same promo we saw on Dynamite again, because still to come tonight, of course, is our trios tag match main event with CM Punk and FTR, who says he's just getting started, and after what we heard earlier today, is not leaving anytime soon unless you literally could fill his boots.
Gentlemen, think about this for a moment. It's just the first hour.
Right?
Yep.
we've still got so much more in store. And Jeff, I'm about to share a screen with you because I was doing a little bit of looking.
Okay. There it is.
Oh, man.
Where'd it go? There it is.
Again, they're still hyping up the main event. Saturday night has definitely been all right for fighting. But you look
know
at
what
that.
I realized? That's
What you
Larry.
realize? Yeah, it is Larry.
Yeah, it's Larry. Yeah.
Yeah, that's his dog.
Like the way they were showing it in the rain, like you couldn't really make it out because of the microphone and everything.
Right.
But I went to go look, and I'm like, that's Larry.
That's Larry with his missing teeth as well.
The symbolism. Just saying, if you will.
That's awesome. I definitely want to get that shirt now.
Buy a shirt. Buy all the shirts.
Yeah. So my wondering is, who's the EVP in charge of merch? It's clearly not the Elite. Anyway.
Dang.
Christopher Daniels.
Yeah, there you go. That makes sense.
That makes sense.
That makes sense.
I will say, I just realized we got 2 women's world champions about to square off in the ring in a tag match.
Yes,
want to talk about loading the card.
Well, Willow's not a world champion. She's technically the TV champion, right, Noah?
Well, NWW Strong Openweight Women's Champion. She is the women's champion of the NWW Strong brand. So, I mean, hindsight's 2020.
Yes, brand exclusive champion, but the New Japan World Champion, the IWGP World Champion is, oh God, who is it? It was Mercedes, but it's not anymore.
Right. Well, again, Mercedes Moné.
I forget about Mercedes. Yeah. Sorry.
And please welcome back Chicago's own Sky Blue.
Oh, yeah.
Another Chicago native. Nice. Yeah.
With a singles record of 11-8 after a tremendous outing against Tony
She's
Storm
about
on
to cry.
I mean, again, she's back home. This is a homecoming for her. Sky Blue has come so far since AAW, and of course, her and Willow Nightingale, they've been at each other's backs in respect since last year in tag team action. Together as a tag team, they hold a victory. There's Mama Blue. That's lovely. They have a tag team victory over Maria Shafir and Nyla Rose. But to the opposition's credit in the Outcast, Tony Storm and Ruby Soho, they also have been unstoppable practically as a duo. So a very even battle. Oh! And immediately the Outcast doing what they do best. Chaos and antics.
Do not like the homegrown stars.
Well, again, it's a continued battle of the AEW originals and the Outcast. The former, let's just call it what it is, WWE superstars as basically, that is the accolade to their name. And no Saraya, by the way, here in Chicago, because she's probably been better played.
Mama Blue
Mouth. That's what happens when you mess with somebody's parents. And what
oh my God.
Concierge by Sky Blue to Tony Storm.
Holy shit. I think Ruby Soho might have just had a concussion. There's no way she didn't after that. She got
she didn't plan for that. Yeah.
And smashed her first into the barricade.
She didn't plan for that, all right? She did not plan for that at all.
No.
Ugh.
And you got to keep this in mind, though. Like, Willow Nightingale and Sky Blue both have to have butterflies in their stomach right now. Keep in mind, the largest audience. Follow humanity.
As you were saying.
This is like the butterflies in the stomach of Willow and Sky Blue. You got to consider this is the biggest crowd they've ever wrestled in front of, and it's in Sky Blue's hometown, and it's her first official big arena show since she's been signed by All Elite Wrestling. For Willow Nightingale, she just won the New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong Openweight Championship against a very gay Mercedes Moné after she got injured, and a friend of hers was injured at the hands of her, and she's still got to be thinking about that. So both women have got to have so much going in their head right now. There's the STO by Ruby Soho.
A very good point there, James. Ruby Soho with the ground and pound. Not bad for our two individuals that are literally less than 10 years in their respective careers. Sky Blue has been wrestling for 5 years, while Nightingale has been wrestling for 8 years.
Yeah, but here's the difference, though.
Head first in the top turnbuckle.
Yeah, we're in restaurant quality picture-in-picture. The difference between these teams here is you got Ruby Soho and Tony Storm are on the same page. This is the first time that Sky Blue and Willow Nightingale have ever teamed up, and they both have a bunch of different turmoil going on in their lives. So I don't know how well that's going to be.
Well, again, Ruby Soho's being Willow back in March. And, of course, Toni Storm, now our two-time AEW Women's World Champion, who just defended the title successfully with all the shenanigans backing her up this past Wednesday on Dynamite. She's beaten Willow Nightingale twice in singles action. The Outcasts have had 2 wins together as a tag team. Sky Blue and Willow Nightingale, they have 1 win together as a tag team. So, again, the tag team history is one thing. The cohesion is another. And while Toni Storm and Ruby Soho and Saraya have been working on all fronts, Willow Nightingale and Sky Blue have developed a mutual bond. It's one of those things we talk about all the time. The sum of the parts versus the parts of the sum. Which one is stronger? Tad to Ruby Soho.
Well, we've seen the parts of the sum work very well in the favor of the Outcast, as you mentioned that, Noah. And that's the thing. They're a unit. They all have the same goal. Everybody has their own individual goals. Again, one's a champion, the other one isn't. The whole goal of the Outcast was to get the belt back on Toni Storm because they felt she rightfully deserved it.
And they did by hook and by crook in every way possible, as Jamie Hayter right now is out indefinitely due to a shoulder injury, but she went down fighting at Double or Nothing. Schoolboy by Willow Nightingale and Ruby gets a 2 count only. Man.
Schoolgirl, Noah.
Fair enough. Not that I'm being, the cover 2. I respect all wrestlers equally. That's all I got to say about that.
True that.
Hey, respect women in wrestling, respect women's professional wrestling, respect professional wrestling, damn it. Toni Storm with the tag. Toni Storm, of course, the veteran here, 16 years, Ruby Soho. Toni Storm, 13 years, though. Champion for WXW, NXT UK, Stardom World Champion, Progress World Champion. So, again, Toni Storm, she can back up her moniker. She can back up what she says that she is. There's no doubt about that. But ever since she's adopted this newfound attitude of not giving a damn what anybody thinks, really, it's been better for her, and it's been better for her win-loss record, too. As you said, she's once again champion.
Well, when you consider the fact that both of her championships opportunities, she lost against 2 homegrown AEW stars, one in Britt Baker, the other one in Jane Cargill. Yeah, I mean, I can see where you have sour grapes, but is that really a reason to take all of your frustration out on every single homegrown talent that's shown up in the front doors of AEW?
It's one of those things where, who do you blame? Do you put the blame on yourself or do you put the blame on everybody else? And I think that really answers your question right there. There's a reason why the Outcasts are probably green. I bet you it's green with envy, not green with spray paint. As we are back inside the ring, AEW Collision World Premiere continues going on. Women's tag team action. Willow Nightingale and Sky Blue versus Ruby Soho and Toni Storm. No Saraya in sight. Sky Blue, of course, back at her hometown in Chicago. Bright homecoming for her. And Ruby Soho with a Nightingale right now. Willow traps the arms. And, Rip Cord Lariat. Both women down. Opportunity for either side to make a tag now.
Yeah, that's a big one here. Willow needs desperately that tag here.
That bitch is going to make it. And Willow's right there. There's the tag to Sky Blue. Tag to Toni Storm. Picking things up from Wednesday.
And here we go. Renewed hostilities here.
Yeah, no love lost with these two. Put that out there. Off the ropes, up and around. Takes her with the Hurricanrana.
Yeah, did she ever.
Sky Blue, rising knee strike up against the ropes. Snapmare on Toni Storm.
Yeah, she
wait for the kick. Watch her go around. Catches her with the left.
Yeah, she is absolutely on fire as Sky Blue here in front of her hometown.
I mean, she may have lit a kid on fire at the, confession, but I don't mind if she lights a fire here in Chicago. Just saying. Exactly. Off the top rope. If you don't know, go watch Hey You. Off the top rope. Cross body connects. Cover. Deep hook of the leg. Ruby Soho with the save.
And there's Willow Nightingale trying to get Ruby Soho out of the running here. Double A spine buster. Spine on the pine, if you will.
Whoa. Drop kick off Willow Nightingale. Look for a super kick, though. Takes her out of the leg. Might be looking for that clover leaf.
She's going to get it in.
Shining through Toni Storm. There it is. Middle of the ring.
Oh, boy.
Hooked in deep.
Yeah,
and let's think about this. Let's think about this. Sky Blue kicked out of Storm Zero. It took an extra submission for Toni Storm to finally put Sky Blue down and successfully retain the championship. That goes to the heart and the merit and growth of Sky Blue as she crawls her way to the ropes, refusing to quit, and finally makes her way to relinquish the hold. And Toni Storm can't believe it.
Yeah, by fingertips, Noah. Got there by fingertips.
Hey, all that matters is that you make contact with the ropes, or you break the canvas underneath. All right. Is that not cover too? Did you got her? Oh,
that was close.
Down to Willow. We got
Ooh.
two women's champions in the ring right now. The AEW Women's World Champion and NWW Strong Women's Champion. And what's this? Hooking her up. And pump handle.
Slam.
Pump handle Olympic slam. As the straps come down from the Babe with power.
Yeah.
Oh, Willow Nightingale. Smile is gone. Look at the finisher with the Dr. Wiley bomb. Wait a minute, Ruby Soho. Oh!
No future by Ruby Soho.
Sky Blue. That's tag illegal. Fine, a German suplex release. The hip attack to Willow. Sky Blue in the Outcast corner. Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
Here comes the fastest, the meanest hip attack in the game by Tony Storm. Sweet Shakes music. Down to Ruby Soho. And might be looking at finisher. Oh, clocked her.
Jesus.
What a right. Destination. Oh, no. Look at the spray in the face. Wait, Willow. Oh, spray Ruby Soho. Inadvertently thanks to Willow Nightingale, who throws the spray pan to the audience. And Tony Storm is furious. Up on the shoulders. Oh.
Death Valley Driver. She got all of it.
But Willow's not legal. Ruby Soho and Sky Blue are. Sky Blue going to follow up on Ruby Soho. Come Blue! Come Blue! Come
got it!
Sky Blue wins!
Wow!
Sky Blue and Willow Nightingale with the win here tonight at Collision.
In front of her hometown, in front of her mother, Sky Blue has just got the pinfall win.
How good must that feel for these two young AEW originals? And finally, the Outcasts get a taste of their own medicine. Quite literally. Tony Storm really sprayed Ruby Soho in the face, inadvertently. And the Cold Blue connects on Ruby Soho in the end for Sky Blue to get the win. Congratulations. Well done.
Absolutely phenomenal.
Great women's tag team action here on AEW Collision. Really setting the pace for what you can see going forward. Again, respect women's wrestling. Tonight, the Outcast literally left out of the winner's purse. One of the biggest wins in both Sky Blue and Willow Nightingale's respective young careers. And speaking of men that are absolutely on the rise in AEW, talk about this sensation, Ricky Starks.
3 years in the company tonight, guys. 3 years of AEW, Ricky Starks on AEW television as of tonight.
Again, Ricky Starks talking about how much Owen Hart, who no doubt is a pioneer of the industry, not only just for him, but for so many others, looking to honor his name throughout Canada. I would definitely keep his name in the Owen in perspective. But still to come tonight, our trios match main event as CMFTR will collide with Samoa Joe and Bullet Club Gold. But get ready to get weird. Put your scissors in the chat, because up next on Collision, we will hear from the Acclaim. As we are now on commercial break.
There you go.
That was a darn good women's tag match.
It was.
That was great. I enjoyed that.
And how's everybody enjoying the coverage here and Collision overall? We'd love to get your thoughts. We'd love to hear you all, of course, be a part of the fun in the chat. And again, please subscribe, comment, tell a friend, super chat all of us here across the JMN Multiverse of Media. Support JJ Williams if you will. He monetized most recently. Give him some love. And if you want to get into the conversation, super chat, it's as simple as that. And there's the scissors already. Dadgummit.
Yes. Thank
it's
you
all
for putting
about
me on blast,
food,
Josh. I caught that myself.
Pretty soon, when we hear the Acclaim speak, we're going to hear a Don DeMarco bang bang. For those.
Oh, good grief.
Oh, Lord. Okay.
That was a great women's tag team match, though. And the most fun that I had with that was sitting here talking to my daughter and letting her know, like, who everybody used to be. That way, if she wants to do her homework and her research, she can look into some of the stuff, because she had heard of the Riot Squad. So pointing out to her Ruby Soho, Ruby Riot, Liv Morgan, of course, and Sarah Logan, now Valhalla, former members of that with her, pointing out who everybody is, telling her about Willow winning that championship, defeating the former Sasha Banks, now Mercedes Moné.
Yeah.
At the Pyramid of Cal State Long Beach, which was right down the street from her former home.
Exactly.
Mercedes coming out dressed as Snow White because of Disneyland being just down the street. Just being able to have that whole powwow history lesson with her while enjoying and being entertained by a phenomenal tag team action that was a great moment for me on this Father's Day weekend.
That was really cool.
It looks like some people are already getting a different vibe from Collision here. Matthew's saying Collision is so much better than Dynamite and Rampage. Sorry, not sorry. I would definitely say tonight has definitely felt like a whole new presentation versus what we see in AEW, to say the least.
I don't know if I'd say it's 100 times better than Dynamite.
That's a high number, yeah.
Because Dynamite is still, for all intents and purposes, the A show.
There you go.
Dynamite is Raw.
Episodes.
This potentially could be SmackDown. Now, granted, for a long time, SmackDown was the better brand.
It was the wrestling brand.
Due largely in most recent years due to the Tribal Chief. May we acknowledge him.
Yes.
But of course, you think about the SmackDown 6 back in its early infancy as well. Collision here pretty much has the ability to be that brand. I will agree 1,000,000% that this is better than Rampage.
Hey, speaking
no
of
disrespect to Rampage, but they try to shove a lot into an hour.
Yeah, true that.
Why is freaking Jarrett on my screen?
Because he deserves it. That's what. Can we get that again? Can we see Karen Jarrett cracking Aubrey Edwards with the guitar again?
I see Aubrey Edwards crack Karen Jarrett with the guitar, but that was too much like right. Uh-oh, Jeff Jarrett is going after Mark Briscoe. That's not going to end well for one of those parties.
Dare you?
Now let's go inside the ring.
My daughter just said that Jeff Jarrett was the Wish version of Elias. How dare she? Jeff Jarrett was around while Elias was still a swimmer in his daddy's sack.
Let's focus on the Acclaim, shall we? Let's not talk about genitalia.
I was going to say, we go from daddy's sack to daddy ass here as the Acclaimed come to the ring.
Oh, yeah, Lord. Here we go. Listen.
I like that behind them. Is that like a new Titantron for them? It definitely looks like higher production for this show.
Hold on.
Oh.
I'm only not taking this down because I don't have a graphic. I know they were coming out, and I'm still working on the next part of the show. So
that's fair. Happy Father's Day too, Daddy ass. Damn it. I did not mean to say that, but that is accurate. And it got weird. Why is this so over as a thing?
Hey, it's Father's Day, man. His voice said to say Happy Father's Day.
And Brock Lesnar. What happened to a handshake? When did Scissor become the new form of a handshake? All right.
The Acclaimed made it not weird.
Yeah, that was
That's funny. An oxymoron, not weird. The weird is normal. The normal is weird. Man, what is weird? Look at that getup Billy Gunn is wearing.
I don't even know.
This is fun. This is just too much fun.
Loving it.
Yeah. Again, happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Respect. God rest my father's soul.
There you go.
I would not wear that at all. Oh, Lord. The Scissor Me outfit. A new Scissor Me shirt on AEW shopaew.com, apparently. Oh, Lord.
Giggles with Shivani and those giggles with Shivani and Billy Gunn are 100% accurate because they're both going, what the hell is the wrestling business? What are we doing?
And 2023, considering Tony Schiavone's legacy?
Both of them. They're both going, like, Billy, I'm sitting here talking to you, and you're wearing a Scissor Me outfit. Like, why?
Acclaim every weekend, Acclaim every Wednesday.
The new AEW, Acclaimed every weekend, baby.
I like that. That's clever. I like that.
Yeah, I mean, why not? Scissoring can happen anywhere, anytime, any day of the week. Oh boy. History. I mean, there's already been enough. There's been a lot of history on this episode of Collision already.
First
what else
ever
can you add to
collision
it?
scissors.
Scissor City.
Scissor City.
Don't get that over.
Scissor City.
Yeah, shut it.
Scissor City.
The claim of the people's choice. Oh boy. Everyone loves the acclaimed.
Meacham.
You all are weird. Tony Schiavone. No, Tony. Tony, don't
James.
you do it. Come on.
Don't leave me hanging, James.
Do it.
Tony.
Do it.
No.
Here we go. We got
It got weird in Chicago. This show is crazy.
Yeah, dude.
Oh my gosh. I can't wait what's to come next for the acclaim on weekends going forward, where scissoring will become a thing on Collision. But coming up this Wednesday, trios match! Minoru Suzuki! Chris Jericho and Sammy Guevara take on Action and Dirty Darius Martin, AR Fox, Wednesday on Dynamite in Chicago.
What is
Someone
this?
gonna
New
die.
Top Squad?
For the record, you know Tony Schiavone can't show his wife this clip now, right? Because now she knows he can run.
Oh my gosh.
He's actually do stuff around the house instead of playing that damn lazy ass dog of his. Anyway, there's a question in the chat. Oh, go ahead, JJ. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh Lord.
No, I wasn't saying nothing.
Oh, okay, I thought you were. So there was a question in the chat room about if we had seen the Young Bucks' new Twitter bio, and I hadn't yet. And I looked. I don't know why I looked. I don't know why I did this to myself, but I did.
Well, as you look at that, let's also look at Wednesday's card. We got Orange Cassidy and Katsuyori Shibata in tag team match against Daniel Garcia and Zack Sabre Jr. Not to mention TBS Championship Open Challenge as Chris Statler defends against Logan Valkyrie. Also made a feel the Hardys when they got the guns. We'll truly see if Rock is stronger than Scissors. I think in this case it won't be. That's not going to the Hardys. And a concession stand brawl. Jeff
It was over.
goes one-on-one with Mark Briscoe.
I knew it was over. We have to build. Ooh.
What's up, on eliminator tournament for an AEW World Tag Team Title shot against FTR live Wednesday on AEW Dynamite. They're stacking this Chicago Trust Arena, and it all leads to the Forbidden Door. Already made official. Brian Danielson, American Dragon, first time ever goes 1-on-1 against the Renegade Kazuchika. Oh God, we'll truly see who the best is. And also the IWGP US Heavyweight Championships on the line as Kenny by God Omega defends against Will Ospreay. Will Ospreay has been looking for this win since January 4th. Also, MJF will defend AEW World Championship as the new Japan ace of pro wrestling. Hiroshi Tanahashi and Jungle Boy Jack Perry will take his chance at the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship against Sonata. Look in Jungle Boy Jack Perry's corner, and still so much more to come to. But coming up next, it's our AEW Collision Trios match main event as Samoa Joe, Jay White, Juice Robinson go up against CFTR, and that is next.
Wow.
Yeah, I was going to say, Noah, you were still your audio a little bit there during that last little sales pitch, so you might want to see if you can a little bit.
Sorry about that.
You're good. You're good. I was.
Appreciate it, folks.
It's a calamity. Everybody's breaking down.
The technology can only hold up. So I'm just glad those stores didn't hit my side of town. Prayers to Point Place. Anyway, it's all right now. It's right now. Is that right now?
Yeah, you're good. Yeah, you're good.
I'm not when you constantly talk, I can see that constantly happening. I mean, again, Jeff Meacham is the guy that literally talks everything. I'm just the guy that tries to commentate everything.
Speaking of which, you wanted to say something good, sir. Jeff.
I forgot now.
You were talking
about the Young Bucks thing.
Yeah,
okay, yeah, that was done.
No, yeah, there was something else though that I had noticed in the it's all right.
And my apologies, Dave. Let me know if it's good now. Still a bit scratchy. Oh well, dang it.
It's all right.
Is it still scratchy? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Jeff Jarrett. Blah, blah. Mark Briscoe.
I was going to say, you still sound good to me.
All right. Well, as long as I sound good to them, that's what matters the most.
I mean, the Young Bucks thing, I didn't pay attention to what was going on their Twitter bio because I don't pay attention to counterfeits and fakes. So, you know.
Damn, here we go.
I mean,
JJ going in.
Thank
you, Daniel. Thank you, Dave. Appreciate y'all.
What is that? If it was 2018 nonsense, just do it. Why wouldn't they capitalize on that? Punk just made them like $1 million.
I think they're trying to make a point that, you know, if they were younger and less mature and not a vice president, then I would try to market this and it would already be a thing. But because I'm hoity-toity and I'm in Tony Khan's pocket, and because he favors me over you, because Nick and Matt Jackson are EVPs of this company, and you are just a peon under contract, I am not going to sink to your level.
Right.
Damn!
I'm just gonna say something here, Eric. Neo reality. All right, bro. I understand you live and you're the bearer of all things news when it comes to AEW and everything, bro. Do not trust the dirt sheets yet. Just wait and see what happens. Don't just say it's not gonna happen until it actually happens. Just wait it out.
Seeing is in time
because
you can't do something like that overnight.
Seeing is believing. Simple as that. Seeing is believing.
Absolutely. Because, and I'm just going to throw this out here now, little morsel, little hors d'oeuvre for something that's going to come up later on tonight in open mic night. If y'all think with any kind of seriousness that Dynamite is in Chicago and CM Punk is not going to be on the show, you have another thing coming. As we look at Bullet Club Gold, Rockhard Juice Robinson, Switchblade Jay White coming to the ring for this trios tag team match.
As we get back to the show, and it's the main event as the catalyst of Bullet Club, the guy who single-handedly sold out Madison Square Garden and the United Center and in his own mind, Wembley Stadium, Switchblade Jay White. And in fact, one time at this point last year, he came into this building at the Forbidden Door as the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion and successfully defended it.
He did.
And we got good old JR now at the commentary booth. Always good to hear that Boomer Sooner's voice. Again, I hope he's doing better after that nasty fall earlier.
Man. His eye was black.
Yeah, that was scary. I'm not going to lie. That was scary.
Yeah,
And JR's voice sounds a little bit hoarse, too. I really hope he's okay, man.
Yeah.
But I know a few people that won't be okay if this guy gets their hands on them.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
The king of television and the reigning Ring of Honor television champion, Samoa Joe.
Ladies and gentlemen, D-Generation X used to have 2 words for you. Well, this man has got 3 words for you. I take that back. That's 4 words. I can't count right now. Just can't count. Buy that shirt too somewhere. Joe's gonna kill you.
An impressive run Samoa Joe has had since taking the Ring of Honor Television Championship from Minoru Suzuki and successfully defending it on week's end. Oh, brand new looking title too. Finally got the new looking one. They finally retired the old one. I'll be that gum.
There you go.
Of course, Juice Robinson took Samoa Joe on last year for the title. At Final Battle, came up short.
Yeah, think about how many champions we have seen on this show.
And you mean the ones coming out right now?
Exactly.
Top
FDR.
guys, living legends, arguably one of the best tag teams this generation, FTR.
Okay, I got a question for you, Noah. I'm going to put you on the spot here.
Go for it, bro.
Top guys or Gallus boys on top?
I got to go with FTR. They've been around since 2014. Not only are they former NXT Tag Team Champions, they are 2-time World Tag Team Champions, AAA Tag Team Champions, Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions, and of course, former IWGP World Heavyweight Tag Team Champions. The Gallus boys only stood on top for one brand, while FTR has proven why they've been on top across multiple brands.
Well,
and now they stand on top of this one with CM Punk in their corner in the main event.
And now we see the moment of truth. What was in that bag? And it looks like it very well may be around his waist right now.
It's
underneath
clobbering
that sweatshirt.
time.
And look at those hoodies, by the way, James. CMFTR.
I want that hoodie, dude, for real.
And you are correct, Matthew, as I did my research as always. CM Punk has faced Samoa Joe countless times before, including for the Ring of Honor World Championship, 2 times to a 60-minute draw. But in singles action, CM Punk has never defeated Samoa Joe. And that really might be the story of this match.
True that.
YFTR have had their rivalry lately with Bullet Club Gold after Juice Robinson decked Dax Harwood with a fistful of quarters.
By the way, notice that it's Heart Foundation inspired jacket that Punk is wearing. Oh
man. Coming back off a triceps injury, not jumping into the audience, we're going to see how well CM Punk truly is and how much those boots are still held strongly by him. He already set up a moniker for himself when it comes to his pro quo in the wrestling industry. Now he's got to back that up here tonight.
I'm going to have such a field day calling this.
How long has it been since CM Punk and Samoa Joe have tied up in the ring?
2005, JJ. 2005.
So almost 20 years. Jesus Christ. You want to talk about history in the making, gentlemen.
Right?
Yeah. In a trilogy of matches that is still to this day raved by wrestling fans.
Oh,
all over the world.
absolutely.
Bell rings.
Absolutely. Whenever anybody tries to talk to me about CM Punk, I always ask them if they've watched the Punk Joe trilogy. If they say no, I say, shut up, stop talking to me.
Again, if you want to really talk about the industry, you need to get your history. It's as simple as that.
I know I'm late on this, but here we go.
Jay White immediately practicing his defensive measures that have made him a Grand Slam champion in New Japan Pro Wrestling. In the ropes in the corner as Dax Harwood, the heavy hitter of FTR, kicks things off here. The guy that literally says he fights like an 8-year-old girl because of his 8-year-old girl. Oh, nice shoulder block. Jay White with the drop down. Dax Harwood picking up speed though. Oh, there's a waist lock. O'Connor roll cover 2. Oh, the near fall. Oh! Quick start here to our main event. Those chops. CMFTR rocking the black and pink. We know how much the Hart Foundation has influenced these three. Also, CM Punk has been in the ring one-on-one with Dax Harwood. Dax Harwood and Cash Wheeler faced each one-on-one last year in the Owen. Dax Harwood has also been creatively involved in the first ever Owen presentation.
Ooh.
And look at Dax, the back of Dax's trunks. They have the fists crossed, just like CM Punk.
Exactly.
Again, it's the United Front here. What a back body drop.
Yeah, he drilled him with that as well.
I find it interesting that Jay White's actually starting off this match. I would have thought it would have been Juice Robinson, personally. But again, how long has Dax Harwood been waiting to get his hands on Jay White after that altercation on Dynamite? Oh, block the boot. And again, we will find out this Wednesday who will challenge FTR next for the AEW World Tag Team Championship. Oh, clubbing clothesline. And meanwhile, might be looking. Oh, here's a shout out to the. Wait. The sharpshooter denied.
Called it. They scouted that a long while ago. They knew that was coming, and Jay White immediately scooted out of Dodge.
Again, this is where you take the match out of your opponent's favor.
Think about the lineage of champions that are in the ring right now. You got former Ring of Honor World Champions, former IWGP World Champions, former IWGP U.S. Champions, former World Tag Team Champions, and current World Tag Team Champions.
Whoa. He's Robinson
former
right now.
WWE champions, former Intercontinental champions.
Former WWE Tag Team Champions, former NXT Tag Team Champions. I mean, the resume of all 6 of these men cannot be underappreciated nor underdelivered. Oh!
Wow. What a knife-edge job. Just brutalizing. Laying off the chest.
Did I not say Dax Harwood is the heavy hitter of FTR as he makes a 10 to Cash Wheeler?
Great series of drop kicks there by Cash.
Samoa Joe with the fake out for now. Samoa Joe, former TNA heavyweight champion. Let's just go ahead and talk about all the companies here because you literally have representation from all wrestling companies in this ring. The side headlock now by Juice Robinson, who was once flamboyant and then went to the dark side, joining Bullet Club. There's a backslide by Cash Wheeler. Oh,
that was close.
And off the ropes. Side headlock. Oh, the shoulder block takes Juice down. Big scoop slam. Up and over, as you alluded to, JJ. Oh, the disrespect.
Yeah, spitting right in the face of Cash Wheeler that time. And Joe loving what he sees.
I was going to say, Joe just smirking and chuckling.
May I remind you that Samoa Joe's a champion in Ring of Honor? There's no honor here, I would say, among these 6 men. I don't know necessarily if there's honor with all 3 men opposite of CMFTR, if I'm perfectly honest with you.
No.
It's almost a handicap impromptu. Oh, look at that military press.
Yeah, great military press variation here. What is he going to go for?
Oh.
I don't know much as far as the Bullet Club Gold goes, but you've got to assume that after their years of confrontations, there's at least a smidge of respect between Punk and Joe.
Well, you just said Punk's name. He just got tagged in. And Punk is in action for the first time in 10 months as they hook up Juice Robinson for Cash Wheeler. And nice elevated power slam cover. 2. No.
Wow, that was close.
Notice the way Dax stood steadfast there to make sure there was no run-ins from the Bullet Club Gold side.
Again, isolate and dominate. That's the formula of tag team wrestling. And, of course, AEW wrestling will continue this Wednesday in Chicago, Illinois at the Wintrust Arena along with AEW Rampage. So stay tuned for that.
I was just
go to sleep. Oh, my goodness.
You saw it coming.
That's close. Juice Robinson almost got his lights taken out.
Yeah.
Here
we go.
Wow.
18 years in the making. Samoa Joe just tagged himself in and is across the ring, eye to eye from CM Punk.
Can we book these 2 1-on-1 for Forbidden Door for the Ring of Honor Television Championship, Tony Khan? I'm just saying.
How about Death Before Dishonor?
Hey, I'll take that too.
And now here we go.
Tie up.
Yeah, vicious collar and elbow tie up by both veterans here.
Yeah, the veterans being the key word here. Again, you think about the pedigree of Samoa Joe.
Ooh,
oh, my gosh.
Yeah, you think about the last time these 2 met and were in the ring together, they were stars on the rise.
And now they're stars that are established.
Yeah, now they are legends. Living legends of the ring.
And again, you talk about Ring of Honor. Ring of Honor for this honor will come to us Friday, July 21st from Trenton, New Jersey. On pay-per-view. Side headlock.
Think about the battles that Joe had with the Olympic gold medalist Kurt Angle.
Yeah, one of the greatest of all time.
Battles that Punk had with John Cena,
one
with
of the greatest
Triple
of all time.
H. You know?
Yeah.
And then you think about how less than 20 years ago they were upstarts that nobody thought, or maybe they saw some glimmer of hope in.
I mean, you remember CM Punk and the way he was brought into WWE. Paul Heyman guy, endorsed by Paul Heyman, was the leading force of the rebirth of ECW. The guy that won Money in the Bank at WrestleMania 2 years in a row.
I just got to point out, by the way, notice how long CM Punk has had some variation of a headlock. There's a knife edge chop right to the back and a kick right to the face. Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, I thought he was going for the senton instead of a knee drop. I thought he was literally taking a page out of Samoa Joe's playbook.
No, he took a page out of something he used to do back to Joe in 2005, I believe.
Well, again, you think about the wars that CM Punk's been in at Ring of Honor against not only just Samoa Joe, but Raven. I mean, dog collar match, for example. We can talk about the dog collar match from MJF. It was a dog collar match that really put him on the map at Ring of Honor.
Yeah, against Raven.
Exactly. Been a fan of Joe's since Kenta Kobashi. Thank you. Again, the legacy of Ring of Honor that is being shown in this ring as Samoa Joe is unimpressed with that attempted Irish whip by Dax Harwood. Oh, God. Dax Harwood's got one of the toughest mentalities I know in the game, but I don't know if he can hang with Samoa Joe in this exchange.
Yeah, this is just brawn-on-brawn action. Another vicious knife-edge chop in return by Samoa Joe.
He's smiling. Dax Harwood is smiling.
Wow.
I like that you brought that up, Noah, because I think a lot of people sleep on the early Ring of Honor stuff.
Kawada
when
kicks.
you really think about it, that old ROH stuff is very much akin to the weekly pay-per-views from TNA. There's a lot of gems in there. You just have to dig before they started to get their TV exposure.
Yeah, you just got to go to Honor Club and go look at the archives where people literally like Adam Cole, Roderick Strong, Samoa Joe, Nigel McGuinness, Bryan Danielson, Ken Nakabashi, Chris Ono, Claudio Castagnoli, Larry of Honor. Jesus.
Wow, what a hilarious.
Bryan Danielson, Eddie Guerrero,
Exactly.
Low-Key.
Yeah, the list goes on. And the thing, half of those names we just talked about are in AEW. There's a cover by Jay White. Almost got it on Dax Harwood. Again, quick cover, deep hook of both legs, 2 count again. After Dax Harwood got decked by Samoa Joe, and I mean decked. Yeah, we mentioned Nigel McGuinness there. I'm just going to put this out there right now. How many times have we heard Nigel McGuinness refer to Bryan Danielson as a clam digger? You know he's anticipating getting back in the ring one more time against the American Dragon.
Yeah, no
I would
doubt.
love to see it.
Please book it out All In, Tony. May I remind you folks that All In has 65,000 on deck so far in that stadium with no match announced yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That show will sell out just like this one did. Everyone was so worried about how, tickets aren't moving for Collision. Look at that audience.
Look at that arena. Look at this set. Look at this presentation. Tell me Saturday nights aren't all right for professional wrestling once again, folks, after what you've seen tonight. I dare you.
Look at that cravat hold there by Juice Robinson, by the way. Into a snap now into a chin lock. Brilliant.
They're trying to will him back in this match. He needs to make a tag. Cash Wheeler and CM Punk stand ready.
Yeah, at the ready for sure.
Both again, eager to get in there and take Dax's place.
And Dax off the ropes. Juice Robinson. Oh, man! Good knock. He just knocked him out.
Yeah, left hand of God just drilled him.
And no quarters this time. Perfectly legal. And tag to Samoa Joe. Tag to Samoa Joe.
Yeah, who you know is going to be working on that jaw for the rest of the match now if he's able to isolate Dax Harwood away from the rest of CMFTR.
And Samoa Joe, of course, has been Ring of Honor Television Champion since taking the title from Minoru Suzuki last year.
Ooh, there's those jabs.
The jab, the body shots in the corner. Samoa Joe teeing off on Dax Harwood, hitting every part possible.
Stomping a mud hole as well.
Wearing the red and black trunks tonight, the symbolism of Ring of Honor. Shout out to, of course, one of his mentors as well, as we know he has those two-tone trunks for different styles. The green and black for King's Row, of course. Tag to Jay White. And apparently somebody is raising the ire of the audience. I'm hearing F this guy chants. Only in AEW do you get uncensored. Well, not only in AEW, but you definitely hear the audience to the fullest.
Oh, yeah.
Just saying. Why do I not hear that in some other company? Anyway, Juice Robinson off the top rope. Axe handle.
Yeah, double axe handle. That was just brilliant placement there by Juice Robinson for him to be able to hit that move thanks to Jay White.
And looking to snap him up and over for suplex. Wait, Dax with the waist slot though. What a German!
Great counter there by Dax.
Man, high angle German suplex. But again, both men middle of the ring. Both men need to make a tag here.
Dax is crawling. He's rolling over to his corner. But there's Juice Robinson. Oh, there's Cash Wheeler. Here we go.
Don't get the two confused, man. They're not twins, okay? Oh, what a rising knee. The raw power that Cash Wheeler bringing in off the hot tag. And in fact, how many singles matches Cash Wheeler's been involved in versus Dax Harwood really goes to, I still feel like we're learning more of Cash Wheeler. Nice escape there out of the corner. Deep stack two. Almost got Juice Robinson there. Watch out, though. Falls in, though, once again. And now the mount position. Cash Wheeler squaring off on Juice Robinson here. Clubbing shots left and right.
Yeah, great clubbing shots.
Oh, I thought I got a blind tag there. Nope, that's close line again.
Oh, what a power slam! What a power slam! Are you kidding me?
Demon hugs a near leg. 2 count only.
Wow.
Look at this. Look at this counter, by the way, like you alluded to. Caught him perfectly out of midair in the power slam. And CM Punk tagged in. Here's Robinson over the knee. Elbow drop.
Nice.
And Neckbreaker combination. CM Punk for the win. Oh, 2.5.
Ooh, we almost had it.
Not quite his traditional macho tribute elbow, but effective enough.
I can still dig it for what it's worth, even if it's only for 2.5.
Ooh, yeah.
Dig it. And no Slim Jim required. Anyway, tag to Catch Wheeler. I like Slim Jims, by the way, for those that don't know. Anyway, I would go back to picture here off the springboard leg drop the second rope. This has been a heck of a match. Cover, hook of the near leg, 2 count only.
Well, with the 6 individuals involved, you knew it was going to be high caliber. You knew it was going to be top notch. You knew it was going to be the perfect match for Punk and the top guys for the first main event here on Collision.
Again, as you alluded to, this is literally the closing match. This is the closing statement for this incredible worldwide premiere of what's going to be a new Saturday night standard, AEW Collision. Nice baseball slide there by Rock Hard Juice Robinson. Mostly live every Saturday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And as we know, Scorpio Sky is to come soon to this program. But we also learn what's next as far as AEW Dynamite goes, which has to follow. And let's also keep this in mind, guys. Next week's Saturday night is the last show as Go Home to AEW's Forbidden Door in some capacity. We could get some Forbidden Door out of this match very well here.
Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly.
Jay White, though, taking advantage, though, driving Cash Wheeler hard into the barricade.
Yeah,
shoulder first.
Hard. Twice now, he's been driven hard into that barricade, and he's got that injured arm. He's shaking that arm that he injured all the way back in 2021, if you remember that gruesome injury. He's shaking that off after those hits to the barricade.
And right now, Cash Wheeler brought back inside the ring. Samoa Joe, the legal man, Joe and Juice working together here for the time being, it seems. Again, I still have to consider the absolute synergy of these three opposite of CMFTR and when it's going to break away. It's got to break away at some point. Juice Robinson, again, lost to Samoa Joe for the Ring of Honor Television Championship just last year at Final Battle.
That's a fair point there, Noah. And I do agree with Dave here about how this show went by so smooth. You know, I wonder if CM Punk had a little bit to do with the book and timing of the show. A lot of people don't realize this, but when he was in OVW, he learned how to time a show and pace a show out from his mentor, Paul Heyman. So it's very possible, however unlikely it may seem on the surface, that he had a little bit of something to do with the timing and the booking and the scheduling and the flow of the show.
Well, you consider who else is involved here, possibly including but not limited to Jimmy Jacobs and Bryan Danielson.
Yeah, and speaking of Canadian greats, we were talking about the Owen earlier. He's got a half crab in, Calgary crab, but Cash Wheeler able to make it to the bottom ropes. But again, just not letting go of the hold.
And CM Punk getting a little bit hot under the collar there. Again, they're using every exploit to their advantage right now, keeping Cash Wheeler on their side of the ring in quick tag succession. And Juice Robinson with a scoop slam.
Uh-oh.
And big senton. Here's the cover. Is enough for the window. And Dax almost came in to break it up.
Yeah, Dax was about to come in to break it up. Cash Wheeler was able to kick out before he could even stomp him.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that name, too. Thank you for that, Matthew. Ace Steel is another potential guy that could be heavily involved in the creative direction and flow here. But, yeah, honestly, nothing here feels like it's been out of place or undersold. This has been a very well put together presentation for our first episode. And, of course, the AEW Collision will come to us next week, Saturday, same time, from the home of Forbidden Door, the Scotia Bank Arena.
Ooh, man. Suplex by Juice Robinson.
And here's the cover again. Deep hook of the leg. 2 count only.
You know, gentlemen, we discuss on Open Mic Night all the time about how the ratings aren't taken the same way anymore and they don't matter the same way they did during the Attitude Era. But for the first time in a long time, I'm actually really curious to see what the numbers are for this show and to see how well it did.
It's one of those things where I can kind of understand why you're curious, because it's one of those things where, again, you only get one first impression. Again, Joe giving his latest impression of an assault on Cash Wheeler. Good grief. Now following it. Oh, watch this. Bang!
Oh, big insecurity into the corner.
How does he do that? Cover hook above like CM Punk breaks it up.
Oh, CM Punk, he said he didn't want to play nice anymore, and he just showed why.
And Samoa Joe, he welcomes it. He wants it. Tad to Jay White, though.
Yeah,
A lot of heavy hands being thrown here by these 6 heavy hitters. Switchblade Jay White now with Cash Wheeler. Big knife-edge chops. Whoa, Cash one of his own.
I see a Ring of Honor TV title match coming in the not-so-distant future, gentlemen.
Yeah, you and me both. Oh, jeez. Hyperextending the ankle, tweaking the knee.
Yeah, modified dragon screw leg whip there onto the canvas, and now look at this.
Yeah, he got the full
catch.
Yeah, he didn't go for the full torque with it, which I find kind of interesting.
Yeah,
and you see, Juice Robinson might be looking to hook him up for another side. Up out of the corner. Now Cash hook a Juice up. Oh, big sidewalk slam.
Yeah,
he had drop suplex. Excuse me.
I was about to say he had to grit his teeth just to lift up Juice Robinson at that point. Oh no, there's Jay White.
Down to Jay White. They might be looking for the ankle lock here. Ankle lock, ankle lock, ankle lock. Forgets it's away from CM Punk. Cash Wheeler trying to reach out to it. Paul Turner for position. There's the time to CM Punk.
And here we go. CM Punk fully in here.
And his fire still burns within him. Scoop slams there by Jay White and Juice Robinson.
There's a kick. Vintage CM Punk there.
Thank you for that.
Breaker. Boom.
Perfectly executed. CM Punk does look like he's lost a single step. Jay White, though, double underhook counter. Oh, look at this. The turnaround. That breaker. Counter for counter. CM Punk taking it to Bullet Club Gold.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Oh, rising knee strike in the corner to Juice. The fall to Jay White on the opposite end. North and south. Hook and bump. Clothesline Bulldog combination.
Now, who the hell does that remind you of, Noah?
Oh, I got a few ideas, but I know what this...
Night time.
You want to dream about the person that reminds you of in a moment, because he's looking to make Jay White go to sleep. Up on the shoulders. Rake of the eyes.
Yeah, big rake of the eyes here.
And Jay White might be looking for that Blade Runner. Oh, man, vicious. Literally trying to take the man's eye out. Hello, everybody. Ryan. Uh-oh. Jay White. Gun in hand.
Boom.
Oh!
Nice roundhouse kick by Punk there.
And that'll swap a pistol out of anybody's hand.
Just floor Jay White, and now he's going to the top rope.
You weren't calling to one. You weren't calling for it earlier. Dun, 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 dun.
Oh!
Rock hard Juice Robinson messing up the Macho Tribute elbow.
And CM Punk just went soft.
Yeah, right. Yeah, CM Punk right in his check magnets.
I thought you were gonna say Pepsi's, but that works too.
Yeah, that's true.
And Jay White hooking him up. Bang! You're Nicky.
Definitely the wrong kind of ones there.
Oh!
Wow, how close was that for Jay White? He almost had the biggest upset in the world here, and it's already happened once tonight in Wardlow.
Planted in the most emphatic way of the word.
Yeah.
And again, calling his shot quite literally. Look at a hit CM Punk for the Blade Runner. What? Counter.
Standing switch.
Oh!
Twist! Pepsi twist by CM Punk!
Inside out with that short-range lariat.
Wow.
And tag in to Dax Harwood. And what they're looking for here, the front headlock. Perching Jay White on the top rope. Knife edge chops raining out of the United Center. This has been a clinic, boys and girls.
What in the hell?
Tag. Oh boy. Quick tags by all three men. That's Harwood with Jay White hooked up for the ride. Superplex and a splash.
And now going for the Macho Man elbow is CM Punk.
Completing the 3-move combining headsets. Sam FTR in full control. Cash Wheeler sent to the outside. Takes out Samoa Joe. Here's the cover like a disco press. Broken everybody.
Yeah, Juice Robinson bulldozing everybody in that pileup.
Freaking crash on the Chicago freeway right there. Collision of its own sorts.
Switchblade rolling to the corner. He's looking for Samoa Joe.
And Joe is legal with CM Punk.
Oh, and look at where he's positioned. Going for. Oh, wait.
Oh.
Just going to go for a forearm. I thought he was going to go for the Kata Hajime, but looking for a striking exchange with Phil here.
Okay, now I definitely don't know who's going to win this striking exchange, because these two have gone for a 60-minute draw twice. The jab, the left, and the right, and a right hook.
The greatest trilogy in pro wrestling history. Oh, wait a minute. Just laid out by Juice Robinson, though. And look at this.
I mean, what do you expect? Bullet Club Gold, game mentality.
That's a bold statement there, James.
Very bold statement.
Think about Savage Steamboat. You think about Rock Austin at Mania.
Oh!
Well, you know what I mean. One of the greatest.
Yeah, I'm about to say, you were missing a word there, but we understood you. Nice rising knee strike.
Though.
And Samoa Joe might be on wobbly legs, might be looking to go to Dream Street. Oh, no!
Coquina clutch!
He's got a lot in, but he's got to bring him down the mat.
Yeah, he's got to get those body scissors in there, Noah, in order to fully put CM Punk to sleep.
Dax Harwood, though, trying to come for the save. Jay White, though, hooking him inside the ropes with his own sleeper hold.
Oh, man, this is brilliant strategy by Bullet Club Gold here. Just holding back FTR from being able to get to Joe to break up the maneuver. And there's the body scissors.
He's got him down. Will he tap? Will he pass out? Will Paul Turner call it? Look at the eyes of Punk. Oh, DDT on the floor by Cash Wheeler to Juice Robinson. That's Harwood pulling with all of his might, but Switchblade Jay White still. Oh, man. And finally, Dax comes in with a running headbutt to the back, the spine of Samoa Joe to break the hold.
They had to fight for that advantage, by the way, Noah, because they just bulldozed their way through Bullet Club Gold, and Dax, right when he got free, just bulldozed right into the back of Samoa Joe, tagging to Juice Robinson.
Blind tag.
Well, again, CM Punk might not be aware of it. CM Punk might just be trying to get his breath back. And look for the Juice's Loose counter. There's a high kick to the back of the head. And meanwhile, big rig!
They got it!
To Juice Robinson, and up on the shoulders of CM Punk! Go to sleep, X! The cover! 1, 2, 3! Victorious! What a match!
What a match. Wow.
Again, what did CM Punk say earlier? I ain't going anywhere until you find somebody to fill these boots. Tell me when I'm telling lies. And CMFTR gets it done here tonight.
Boy, did they ever.
Top that. Top guys and CM Punk victorious on this world premiere of AEW Collision.
The real elite in all elite wrestling.
Damn.
Well,
there's the stick.
Too.
Well, I can see these 6 men go at it again anytime, but I do have to wonder, will we see CM Punk versus Samoa Joe?
Oh, we have to. We have to now.
Yeah. Like I said, I would do a Death Before Dishonor. Don't do it at Forbidden Door. Build the story up longer. Maybe wait till Wembley, or even Wembley could be the rematch, you know. If they do Death Before Dishonor and then do another one of their classic time limit draws, then they could do the rematch at Wembley.
When you talk about stories, a story was certainly set tonight with the premiere of AEW Collision. AEW Collision goes off the air, so on behalf of the entire JMN Multiverse of Media folks, for James Hebert, for JJ Williams, for Jeff Meacham, I'm the Seminole Foster. Thank you for tuning in to our play-by-play coverage of AEW Collision. It was phenomenal. Saturday nights are all right for professional wrestling.
And don't forget, stick around here in just about 4 minutes. We will be joined by Aaron Riff for his thoughts on tonight's shenanigans. And then we'll take a brief break. We're probably on with Aaron for at least a half hour. And then we'll at the top of the following hour, we'll be on with Match Game. So stay tuned for that, everybody. On a different stream, though.
Yes.
What a phenomenal show. That was
tremendous. You know, I'm curious to hear what Bossman Rip has to say.
Yes, absolutely.
But I'm being 100% serious when I say this. This broadcast this evening exceeded my expectations.
No, it totally did. Absolutely. Yeah, it really did.
And I'm curious to see what Aaron's going to have to say. I'm curious to see what is going to be said tomorrow on the No DQ review.
Oh,
because
yes.
I'm sure it's going to be a talk point for Virtue and everybody.
Yes.
I'm curious to see the general consensus, the feedback, like I said, the ratings. I'm curious to see how this pans out for everybody, because even if the ratings are lower than were to be expected for the initial outing, if the product keeps like this, there is nowhere to go but up.
Yeah.
Bar none.
Period.
Again, this summer is going to be another point of interest to surpass what AEW has already set in their young free year existence. Keep that in mind. AEW has only existed since May 25th, 2019, with Dynamite becoming its flagship program in October 2019. Here we stand in June 2023 with another show that could become a whole new weekly standard of sorts in Saturday Night Professional Wrestling. Damn it!
And you mentioned a couple times about how Collision will be taped in the future on occasion. Honestly, I think it would behoove Tony Khan to just do the weekends where there's a WWE PLE on Saturdays and make those taped, because you are not going to compete rating wise with the PLE.
No, and I'm sure he's aware of that.
Of the month, by all means, do it live. Yes, Jeff.
He is 1 minute early, but the man, the myth, the legend himself. Let's welcome in Aaron Riff from NoDQ.com.
Hello, Aaron.
Good to be on, everybody.
Good to see you, brother. Thank you again for the NoDQ platform. It is much, much appreciated across the multiverse of media. So thank you, sir.
Absolutely. And we managed to do a watch along with no F-bombs, Rift. I think
not a one F-bomb on your channel, brother. So
he is notorious for them on watch along. We got through it with no F-bombs.
Yeah, I was surprised myself. I'll be real.
Yes.
You did good. You did great, James. It's always fun doing this stuff with you and JJ and Jeff. And Aaron, I hope that you had a great time there live, and it's good to see you.
Well, good to see you too. So yeah, I have my notes. I watched the entire show, and it was a fun show for sure. I definitely enjoyed it. There were a few issues I had, so I'll go ahead and give you my overall thoughts on the show segment by segment. First of all, I wanted to address the look of the show. I liked it. A nice change from Dynamite. I like the red ropes. I like the lighting. I like the music. I like the Elton John song. It's a retro song. Honestly, I prefer it over current music. So to me, that's a positive. I like it. It kind of feels like AC/DC being used for SmackDown. I know some people did not like that, but me personally, I'm down with some rock music. Elton John, not exactly hard rock or anything, but no, I thought it fits nice. It's a good song choice. I like it. So
yeah,
I enjoyed that. Everything with the look, no problems. CM Punk coming out there, I don't think we were expecting any boos, and there were pretty much none. He was absolutely loved in Chicago, as I think pretty much everyone expected.
Yes.
He proved on this show that he is still a master on the mic. Very few guys can touch CM Punk. CM Punk is one of the few people that could hang with The Rock on the microphone. When he told The Rock that his arms were too short to box with God.
That CM was so Punk, good.
Still a god on the mic. And I thought he did a tremendous job with this promo. He knows exactly what to say. And he even got a little shot in on the Young Bucks when he talked about how he is the one true Bill in a world of counterfeit bucks in AEW.
That was incredible.
That was so good.
The Bucks made a good point on their Twitter bio there, and they went, "Man, I think in 2018 we were gonna have a counterfeit Bucks shirt." And they're not wrong, because they would have done it. But James made a good point too. Have the balls, Matt and Nick, put it up.
Yeah, make the money now. Make the money now. The money's to be made, right? Make the money now.
It's just like how WWE, I think, took a little too long to capitalize on the Fruity Pebbles thing when Rock did it. Like, they did eventually pull the trigger, but if they had done it sooner, would have been even better.
A longer-term partnership with Kellogg.
Right.
True.
$2 super chat the chatter. I know Aaron likes to address those as soon as they come up. So, brother, go ahead. If you go ahead, brother, by all means.
Crowd reaction to CM Punk versus MJF will be interesting. Oh yeah, sure.
Oh yeah, that'll be. And yeah, the line that Walter brought up in the chat about the software you guys brought up, that was the shot of the night, I think, by far. I think whatever anybody was expecting as far as the takeaway lines or whatever, they're gonna be talking about that. We'll definitely talk about it tonight. No, Mike Night. Probably talk about it tomorrow on the No DQ review, if we're being honest. Yeah. So it's gonna be an interesting discussion point.
Yeah. So his response to people that don't like him and want him to apologize, he said he's sorry that the only people softer than them are the wrestlers they like.
Exactly.
Amen.
I literally said, you know what that sounds like to me? That sounds like the harsh reality of the IWC with a capital S word.
Right.
But I digress.
Yes.
Yep. Now, the other part at the end with the bag, which I guess we're supposed to believe has the AEW world title in it. Did anybody think that him with the bag was some kind of reference to Kenta, because Kenta says he wants the bag if he's going to have a match with CM Punk? Did anybody make that connection?
You know what? I thought about that. And I know when you talk about it on your No DQ things, that your streams, it's one of those. They may not reference Kenta. I think this crowd is insider enough where they'll get the reference, so it could be a reference to Kenta.
And people have been talking about all the time when it comes to Kenta versus CM Punk, when it comes to the discussion of the GTS. So, inadvertently, Aaron, I feel like Chicago may have understood it to a degree. Not everybody else, though.
I still think somehow it's that original world title before Max got the current belt he has now with the
blueberry or whatever it's called.
The Triple B.
The Triple B. There you go.
Yeah. But still, blech.
Right.
There you go.
I don't know. We'll see what happens. I can't think it wouldn't be definitely a shot at Max. It's definitely, a reference to him being the champion ever, never beaten Punk. But you could be right there. It could be a little Easter egg for Kenta to see him and Punk down the line, because people have talked about that for a while. The GTS originator versus the GTS mainstream master.
Mainstream. No, that's a fair context. I mean, again, Kenta literally trained under, Katsuyori Shibata, of course, Katsuyori Shibata, who of course used the hesitation drop kick, which of course Kenta Kobashi innovation for those that follow their roots like me. So there you go.
There you go.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with Dylan. I really have no interest in CM Punk versus Kenta. The other thing I wanted to note about this, I do like his T-shirt too, which was a little reference to Roddy Piper's shirt back in the day.
Yes. JJ mentioned that being the Piper mark. I know JJ as well as Natalie's mother Teresa, both huge Piper fans. I know Aaron, you're a big Roddy fan too. So that was cool to see that, and I like it. They're actually marketing it. They actually have a Larry shirt based on that on Shop AEW now. So it again, little shots across the bow, but nothing too canon like just yet.
No,
they'll get there. They'll get there.
And the other thing, too, just to interject as well, not only is it a Piper-inspired shirt, Aaron, but his dog Larry is the design on the shirt as well. You'll notice it by the missing teeth and the fact that it's basically his dog. And it looks – I love you, Phil. I have to say it, though. It looks way better and not as, Chihuahua-y. If we're going to go PG.
Again, guys, remember, Aaron's on the Fun Night Time. Let's make sure we let him lead his recap part of the show so we can get him to bed and get him in his jammies on time.
Yeah, true.
Good job, Jeff.
Anyways, I'm trying.
All right, so we'll talk more about Punk here in a few minutes. We had the Christian Cage versus Wardlow, or not Christian Cage. Botch. Noah.
Botch. There's one.
Thank you. We had Wardlow defending the TNT title against Luchasaurus. But, I mean, Christian was very much a factor in this match. He was all over the place. He was trying to interfere on multiple occasions, and eventually he was able to make the difference. He used the photographer's camera and hit Wardlow with it. Luchasaurus got the win. He's your new TNT champion. What the hell is going on here with the TNT title? It is the hot potato title, the HPT. That's what they should call it from now on. We've been saying this for a while. Why do they keep changing the title over and over again? If you have no plans to make Wardlow champion for a long time, don't put the title on him in the first place. Like, I'm cool with Luchasaurus getting a push, but they've been going back and forth with all these different title runs. I just don't care about the title anymore. It's almost like the 24/7 title at this point. The match was all right for what it was, but man, I mean, I was not expecting a title change here. I figured, okay, they're finally going to give Wardlow a decent reign and try to build him back up so people will care about him again, and he loses the title. So now the question is, and I said this last time he lost the title, is he going to maybe challenge for the world title, or is he going to go challenge for the TNT title again in 2 months and win it again? Like, what is the end game here with Wardlow? Where are they going with him? I'm really confused about it. And Walter sent in a $5 super chat. He says, this is why you don't hot potato the title. If Wardlow never lost it and Luchasaurus just beat him, would have an impact now, didn't mean shit.
Yeah. Aaron, I've been wanting to bring this up with you whenever we bring up Wardlow on the No DQ review because it happens more often than it should, unfortunately, for all the wrong reasons. I think the TNT title has definitely lost its way because the original person that really put it out there in the limelight is no longer there. When Cody Rhodes became TNT champion, he made it mean something because he booked himself, or whoever booked that, into that corner of never challenging for the world title.
Yeah.
So the TNT title was going to be Cody's title. And him and Sky had tremendous matches. Or, excuse me, him and Sammy. Right?
Sammy did, yeah.
Yeah, him and Sammy had tremendous matches. But then Cody left. And it was like, okay, let's just keep bouncing this poor son bitch title around to where I'm waiting for Nikki Cross to walk out there and go, okay, I'm done with this one too. Thanks. No reference. You never walk out there and do it and then just go away again. Because that's about how much it means.
I have defended it to a certain extent because I don't even know how long I kept saying the TNT title was the hot potato title and it made it stand out. And then they kept doing it over and over again, and it didn't feel as unique anymore or special anymore. When Cody was hot potatoing the belt, it was in storylines that absolutely made sense. Yes. Now they've overdone the whole run-in and interference thing over and over again.
Yeah.
That it's just devalued the belt. Like, yeah, it's bad.
Aaron, not for nothing, I'm not sure how many people you usually have on your watch along because I'm not usually producing them. You got a ton of people on your channel. So just, man, this is a big point in wrestling tonight. It's a major talking point.
Absolutely. I'm not really a fan of the title change, but it is what it is. And I'm hopeful maybe Wardlow can go for the world title like he was going to a year ago. But then he said, I want to wait till the real champion shows up and then challenge him.
What?
And then it went nowhere.
Maybe that's where we get CM Punk being able to, quote, defend the title.
Yep.
Because he the real champion never lost it. Maybe that's where we get that storyline splitting off.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Anyways, we'll move on from that. Andrade is back looking really good. Andrade versus Buddy Matthews. You knew this was going to be a great match with these guys. They just have that chemistry together. Hard hitting, back and forth match. Really good stuff. Nice return match for Andrade to reestablish him in AEW. And I like how both guys were selling. Andrade was selling the pack in the shoulder. Buddy was selling the knee. Crowd was really into this match. Awesome crowd in Chicago, by the way, as usual. And I really like how Andrade won with the figure eight as a little tribute to Charlotte Flair. That was a nice icing on the cake for this match. So good stuff here from these guys. Very enjoyable. And then afterwards, Andrade, I guess he's a babyface now. We wanted to show some respect, but then the lights went out. House of Black came in. And yeah, Andrade has some enemies, and it looks like this feud is far from over with Andrade and Buddy Matthews.
It's funny. I forget which chat it was this morning. Somebody asked if Buddy was a babyface, and Noah pointed out, it looks that way. Not so much, Mr. Foster. He is a full-on heel with Malachi and his buddies in the House of Black. I pointed out during the chat, Aaron, both Andrade and Charlotte have been working their respective asses off in the gym and doing things while they've been gone. Definitely show with Andrade here. I'll be curious to see how Charlotte looks in a couple weeks in London.
Now, again, in faction and Golden Unguardable ones, world turned upside down, huh?
Yeah, here we go.
Dare I say the second best match of the night?
Yes.
Ding.
Yes.
I'll agree with that.
What would you say was the best match of the night?
Main event,
The main
personally.
event.
I'm gonna have to disagree on that one.
I'm curious to hear what you have to say about it, but I'll give more thoughts when you get there.
The capital P, predictable, but we'll get to that in a few moments here. All right. Tony Nese came out there with Smart Mark Sterling, basically setting up the crowd for the return of Miro. Miro coming out there destroying Tony Nese was exactly what it needed to be, maybe even a little too long. I don't think Tony Nese needs to really be getting in any offense. But yeah, Miro picks up a win. Good to see him back, and maybe he can start to build up some momentum. Maybe he can actually win the TNT title at some point and have a good, solid run with it for like 6 months to a year. For all the negative things people say about WWE, they've done a really good job with giving people lengthy title reigns that mean something, whether it's Roman Reigns or Bianca Belair or Gunther. Like all of them, the Usos had long title reigns, and AEW, for whatever reason, we're just not seeing anybody hold on to the title for a really significant length of time. Like I think, who has the longest reigning title run in AEW? Does anybody know offhand?
I think the longest reigning champion is Jade Cargill with her TBS title reign.
Yeah, it has to be it.
Yeah, that would be the one, because she won that in
508 days.
Yeah,
and what's
January
crazy is
last year.
I don't care about her run. I didn't care about her run.
you made JJ sad now. How could you, Aaron?
Sorry, but I mean,
It's all good. What do we always say on dads, Jeff? Subjective.
Subjective. That's it.
Exactly.
Goldberg streak it was not.
Well, I was gonna say I wasn't a fan of her being compared to Goldberg streak. That was the main problem for me, is that they freaking tagged the Jadeberg on her thing so fast. Like, no, don't compare her to Bill. God damn, you're gonna derail her already. It was bad.
Yeah,
it was bad. And I'm really glitchy. I realize that. I'm working on it.
Now, vintage Jeff.
He likes his green
Anyways.
screen.
It's also a shit ton of people in here compared to usual, to be fair.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm sure that's the reason. Anyways, we'll move on here to that's for that line earlier about me having to get to bed. So had to
Fair
throw
point.
a little jab back at you, Jeff.
Fair enough.
All right. We had the Outcasts, Tony Storm. Oh, Jeff's on his avatar now.
No, I'm here. The screen's useless at this point because I'm such a gotchy idiot. I figured hell with it.
Okay. It would not be a live stream without Jeff with some kind of technical difficulties.
This is 100% accurate.
Getting through it. All right. Outcasts, Ruby Soho and the AEW Women's Champion, Tony Storm, going up against Willow Nightingale and Sky Blue. Sky Blue's mom was out there. This show was in Chicago, Sky Blue's hometown. The mom threw a couple weak slaps at the Outcasts, and match was fine. At least it wasn't at 9:25, 9:30. They did do it a little bit earlier, which is always a good thing. Change it up a little bit. Match was fine, and I like that the Blue Sky got the win, pinning Ruby in her hometown. Not much else to say about it. I think both Sky Blue and Willow have some potential, and nice win for them. And what's going on with Saraya? I hope she's okay. She seems to be suddenly missing in action. I'm not sure what that's all about, but hopefully she'll be back soon. Yeah, it was fine. No real issues with it. And we had the Acclaimed coming out there for a promo with Tony Schiavone, and they're still going to try to go for the trios titles. And they did the big Scissor Me Daddy with Tony Schiavone, all four of them. Nice little fun moment here. Good promo here. I enjoyed it.
And you're going to see Tony Schiavone and Billy Gunn in the ring in 2023, let alone Tony Schiavone scissoring. Just saying.
That doesn't sound right even in context.
No, even in context, it sounds just awful. I'm good.
Virtues like, how are you still not talking about CM Punk? All right, let's talk some more about CM Punk. Okay. We're going to talk about the main event, CMFTR versus Samoa Joe and the Bullet Club Gold guys, Jay White and who's the other guy? Juice Robinson.
Juice Robinson.
Anyways, like I said, capital P, predictable. My favorite part was when CM Punk was in there with Samoa Joe. I'm sure whenever they do a singles match, that will be a fun match. When CM Punk was in there, he looked fine. Not too much ring rust. Seemed like he just slid right back into where he was before he got hurt. FTR did do the bulk of the work in the match. It was a very long match too, which knowing the obvious outcome, I'm like, okay, let's just get this over with. But I thought it was a pretty solid match. And predictable ending. CM Punk picked up the win after FTR did the Shatter Machine, and then CM Punk hit the GTS, got the win. Good stuff here overall. But another thing I was kind of disappointed in, no cliffhanger. They just win the match, and that's the end of it. I really hammered this home last week on the No DQ review and on the other live streams. Like, we really needed like a strong cliffhanger, so people watching that probably aren't going to watch next week. I mean, let's be real here. The first show will likely do a pretty solid number, but next week, will they be able to keep that number? That remains to be seen. I really think they needed a strong cliffhanger ending, so people are like, oh my God, I have to watch Collision next week. I don't even know if they even announced a match for next week. Did they announce a match for next week? I know they announced Dynamite matches.
They did not.
There's no matches announced for Collision next week. Only AEW Dynamite and the Forbidden Door. So chances are they'll announce matches on Dynamite or Rampage for Collision. It's kind of the way AEW does stuff, it seems, anymore. Yeah. They announce matches for just the next show in general, not all the shows in synergy. They just kind of build off each other in promotion, not necessarily in storytelling. As far as what you're alluding to, Aaron, just quick point. We talk about all the time in sports entertainment. It's not about the result, it's about the story. Even though there wasn't a cliffhanger, they gave that underlying idea of picking up a classic Ring of Honor feud, Samoa Joe and CM Punk.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then there was no real angle after that. And, I'm just like, okay, cool.
Yeah,
CM Punk and Samoa Joe have a match sometime on a pay-per-view or something.
And Ring of Honor, who knows?
The core audience will buy the pay-per-view. But, as far as like shooting an angle that people be like, oh my God, I got to tell my friends about this. You guys have to watch Collision next week. Just didn't have it. But I do agree with Walter. He sent in a $2 super chat. He enjoyed the pacing of the show, as did I. I thought the pacing was nice and
tremendous.
Yeah, it was a very solid show. I'd probably go with a B for this show. Very good show overall. Not perfect, but a good start and a nice alternative to Dynamite. I like the commentary team. I wanted to say that too. I do like Kevin Kelly and Nigel McGuinness, and you guys too, as the watch along commentary team. But I thought they did good. Now
they did. They really did.
Negative as far as commentary goes was unfortunately Jim Ross. Like that was rough. I know he got a black eye. I saw the photo on his Twitter account, but man, he sounded horrible. And I want to say this in the nicest way possible because he's the all-time greatest announcer in wrestling. Yes. I think bar none. But he needs to retire.
I agree.
This was embarrassing tonight. And I thought it brought down the match, too. So I know, JJ, you mentioned that you thought the main event was the best match, but I take commentary into consideration, too, in addition to what you're seeing in the ring. And I thought JR actually brought that match down a little bit. Like, he was just struggling to talk. And I thought it kind of hurt the flow as far as what Kevin Kelly and Nigel McGuinness were trying to do on the commentary. So that – unfortunately, was one of the other few negatives of the show. I mean, I love JR, but I think he needs to focus on his health and do something behind the scenes. Like, he has tons of wrestling knowledge. He has just so much that he can provide for AEW, but I think he can be doing it behind the scenes. I think he's got to. I think Tony Khan's got to make the decision and put him in a different position, transfer him somewhere else, working behind the scenes. I just think it's time to call it a career.
Yeah,
agreed. Sadly,
that's awful, Ryan.
Time for him to hang up the old cowboy hat.
Yeah, Go ahead. No.
I was just gonna say, I think that's the reason why he was only involved in the main event. I feel like JR consciously is aware that it's okay to step back. But he's probably just not fully ready to step away yet. But he honestly needs to.
Yeah,
You know,
I think
maybe if anything, trade his position with Renee Paquette
Yeah.
and let him do the occasional backstage interview
Yes.
and let her come onto the headset like she used to do in Noah's NXT.
yes.
He is still the best, in my opinion, story bringer when it comes to sit down interviews.
Yes.
Nobody has anything on him on that. Stick to that.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. If you want to keep him on TV, that's how you use him. That's the best way to use him. Interviewer for those characters. Like the one with Santana, I still remember that he, to this day, like he should be doing more of that. The one he did with Wardlow got the whole, oh, my hair got cut by Samoa Joe, and this was the reason. You know, stuff like that. JR was the one who produced those segments. He should be reserved to that role only on TV, not on commentary. Behind the booth is not where it's at.
Oh God, here we go. Aaron, I remember, you know, back even when JR was still doing the commentary on Monday nights, I'll remember during the build up to Austin Rock WrestleMania 17, he did those interviews with Rock and Rock and Austin. Those were superb. By comparison, Austin beating him up at WrestleMania seemed like forced. It was like it didn't belong there. JR still has a role within AEW. He's doing, he's a mentor backstage. He's helping with the commentary team. He doesn't need to be out there on the commentary team as a helper though.
I mean, if JR is the guy at Gorilla, so to speak, helping to feed into the commentators like Vince used to do.
Yes.
That's one thing.
Right. Yeah, I'd be okay with that because it wouldn't be Vince yelling in anybody's ear. And JR knows how not to yell in people's ears because he put up with it for 20 years.
Lord knows he dealt with it for years.
They all did. Somebody's.
There you go. Okay. Well, yeah. I think we got all our thoughts in there, boss man. So
Aaron, go for it.
So if you want to continue.
I really enjoyed the show overall, but I think they could have done maybe a little bit more. Not quite the home run I was hoping for, but still a good first showing. Glad to see CM Punk back. Hopefully his health holds up. Still hoping we get to see CM Punk versus MJF for the title and settle that feud once and for all. And glad that Miro and Andrade are back in the fold and maybe they can start to be built up and TNT title. I mean, I don't know what else to say. I just hope that maybe now Luchasaurus can have a long run. Where do you go with Wardlow? That remains to be seen.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting to see how it plays out. And, there was a question in the chat room earlier, do they scrap Rampage altogether? Rampage is, from what I'm hearing, basically already called the developmental show. It's like, then they're going to have the same problem they have with NXT where people just aren't going to latch onto it like they used to. And if they're going to have developing stars, then it shouldn't be on primetime television, even if it is 10 o'clock on a Friday. That's still a prime television spot on a Friday night. They should put it back on YouTube and just call it Darker Elevation again.
Now, Jeff, Building Nexus sent in $2. He says, and he knows I'm a big fan of this idea, but I'm curious to know what everybody else in this room thinks. The idea of CM Punk and the MJF double turn. I'm 100% a big fan of that idea.
I am, except that Max is such a good, like a true, he's one of the true last great wrestling heels.
But is he getting booed right now? That's the question. He went out there and called fans drug addicts and they still cheered him.
No, and I understand that, but my comparison is with Austin. Steve Austin didn't change a damn thing about his presentation except the fact that he was feuding with Vince McMahon. And because he was dropping Vince on his chin with a stunner instead of, Bret Hart or, babyface Shawn Michaels or whatever, the people loved it. And they love to watch him be a rabble rouser. They're not going to, I don't think the entire audience is going to do that enough to Max where Max is going to go out there and change that presentation. Is he getting boring? Is he getting stale as the heel world champion? Absolutely. But Punk's back now. And just because Punk was a baby face tonight, he was teaming with FTR, his best friends. They were in Chicago. He's not getting booed in that city. well, like I said when he was doing his promo, he can go out and commit live murder in the ring. I don't think anybody would even touch his ass. I really believe that in Chicago. So
I think
get him
the
into
real
DC.
test.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I think the real test as far as Punk goes is next week on Collision.
Yep.
You know, is he still going to be a babyface, or is he going to be 97 Bret Hart, where he's a babyface in Chicago but a heel everywhere else?
Yeah.
You're such Bret Hart fans. Do that. You know, why not?
He says he's done playing nice, and as far as this idea goes, why MJF and CM Punk could try and usurp Tony Khan and the entire AEW infrastructure. It's just the day and age we live in now, where you can't be a bad guy, but you still kind of cheered for it. The only bad guy legitimately booed at this moment right now is Don Callis, and he's not even a wrestler.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, Don's gonna get booed no matter what, even if he's with Kenny Omega still, which he's not. But yeah, nobody likes Don.
And I still want to see CM Punk versus the Elite, but I'm not getting my hopes up on that one. I feel like it might happen one day, but not anytime soon, unfortunately.
I still think it's going to happen. I think the fact that both Dynamite and Rampage are both still going to be in Chicago, I don't know how you do those shows and not have Punk on at least one of them.
Yeah. I mean, there's no way they had the Chicago's shows and like back to back. And like, even if Punk doesn't show up on Dynamite or something, they don't announce that Dynamite's also going to be in the Wintrust Arena in Chicago, where the Elite are going to get viscerally booed out of the building when they show up on that show, and it not be by design. It is part of the larger plan, I think. I don't think they don't want to give this away right away on free TV.
Even if all you do is have Punk and FTR arrive at the arena with camera crews outside and get denied access to the arena.
Yes.
Punk is at the arena in Chicago. Something is going to happen eventually.
Yeah.
Do you know who could book that segment? Jimmy Jacobs, right, Ontario? Anyway.
He's a producer now. That's
fair. They did something on Ontario. WWE fired his ass over that stuff. So
there you
go.
Long-term storytelling. Never say never, Aaron. Just saying.
Yep.
It happened. I'm not sure what currency that is, but there's a 2 unit super chat. I guess it's $2.
Yeah, it's a Australian $2 super chat.
Oh, okay. I'm not sure how much that translates to America, but we thank you for the Aussie away money. Appreciate you.
Well, he said this was a little underwhelming, so maybe that was his thoughts on Collision.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't feel underwhelmed, but then again, I didn't have JR doing commentary because I was producing these guys. So if I watch it back, I'll probably get a different opinion of it.
I heard him for a little bit. He sounded worse than he did after WrestleMania 22 on Monday Night Raw. And for anybody that knows me, my heart goes out to good old JR Jim Ross. He is the voice of professional wrestling. He was the voice of my chart. He's the voice of storytelling. He's one of the pioneers. And why he still says the greatest of all time will never be him. It will be the guy that led before him and Gordon Sully. He's the guy that literally has been this generation's pioneer and leader in wrestling commentary. So seeing him in this state, it kind of hurts me.
Yeah.
Aaron, there's a good question there's a good comment I want to bring up since you're here. Since you're not going to be part of Mike and I, we can talk about this more later. With that, Punk versus, I'll even say Punk and FTR versus the Elite, or Punk versus the Bucks might happen. Do you think Punk and Omega is more likely or likely at all?
I would be surprised if it happens, but I think it should happen. I think it's a big money match. Like Virtue said, like that's something that I think he would buy a pay-per-view to see, as would I. I mean, I buy them all anyways, but he doesn't really buy the AEW shows. He said he would buy it if CM Punk versus Omega was booked.
Do you book it at Wembley or do you book it at All Out if All Out's in Chicago?
As soon as they can agree to do it. But I mean, if it happens, I don't think it's going to happen for a while. But by that point, whatever heat there is might die off. Like you got to strike while the iron is hot. When there's,
I was going to say he mentioned, and I was very quick to note that he really didn't get at Kenny. He got more at Matt and Nick than he did at Kenny tonight.
Yes.
So I'm wondering
little pun he could make. I mean, really no
opportunity
to do that.
The thing is, Kenny, even though he did come at JJ, we talked about this on Mike Night, Jay, about Omega, not going out to Sports Illustrated and saying, we're trying to downplay it. And then he was part of the shenanigans on that first show they were back on Dynamite. I forget what part of the Punk shtick he did, but Matt and Nick have been very much more of the two vocal assholes during this whole thing. So,
yeah. And as far as puns, all he had to do is make a comment, something to the effect of, you can be the Omega all you want, but I'm the Alpha.
Yeah. Just toast to a Jericho shit in the process. Yeah.
And
listen, Tony Khan. Just add it to the script for next week.
Take a shot at Chris Jericho, who said, yeah, I'd be willing to work with CM Punk as well. I mean, at the end of the day, grown men willing to work like grown men, though there's still some parties that apparently aren't. I would say next to Punk and MJF or versus MJF, Punk and Omega is your next biggest money match you could book right now in AEW if you book it right.
I think one thing, and Aaron, maybe you could correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't know if I ever brought this idea up to you, but I know I've told it to these guys. I said the minute that Brawlout happened, the money match, they did a 4-way already, so they may have to wait a little bit. But at some point, you actually have a money 4-way that's genuine, that people would be excited for. And I don't think that's happened in years. That's Punk, MJF, Hangman, and Omega. You got to consider, in kayfabe, 2 of the longest stories that have ever been told on AEW television. Now you have the real-life shoot elements with Punk and Omega and Hangman and all that. Then you have the shoot elements with MJF and those guys. The only real thing you're missing is building up MJF and Omega. That's it. That's like the only piece of the puzzle that's missing. You could easily build that on TV for like a number of weeks, and then you're set.
That would be like the real 4 pillars match if they went that route.
Yeah,
right?
The 4 pillars of today, where they had the 4 pillars of
the real four pillars.
Yes.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, with the real pillar coming in with the triple B.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go.
Pillar of all 7. It's a 7-pillar column. Courthouse,
That's a very interesting shaped courthouse. Anyway.
Dang it, Jeff.
I don't know. Anything else, boss man?
No, I think I pretty much said everything I wanted to say. So what do you guys have coming up here after this?
Well, coming up, we're going to go to a separate stream at the top of the hour because if I can find the graphic, because it wasn't here a minute ago. There it is. Big money, big time match game coming up at the top of the hour as we have some of our panelists will be in the panel section there on the right, and we'll have contestants coming in for 2 rounds of match game. I do have two sets booked, but I haven't heard from one of the pairs, so we might just have a longer set with the other one-on-one match. And of course, after that tonight will be our round of open mic night. Yes, Mr. Mansfield, we do see you in the green room and the chat room. Your article on the Immortal Hulk Hogan will definitely be addressed, you schmuck, along with other things. So we'll talk about that later on tonight. But Aaron, I know with another pay-per-view coming up next weekend, you guys over at NoDQ.com are going to be busy this week as well.
Yeah, we do have a lot coming up. Make sure you guys tune in for the No DQ review. And, I love that too. I mean, the fact that they even acknowledged it to me is maybe a sign that perhaps there can be some kind of understanding and the ability for everybody to make peace and conduct themselves.
Oh wait, wrong graphic. So I don't know why that graphic went up. I hit the other one. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm sorry. I just realized that was a thing. I'm sorry because this thing is loading so slow. I am so sorry. That's what I was trying to put up for you, Aaron. I'm sorry.
But
But anyways, we're coming up to 250 of the No DQ review, and
Wow.
James is welcome back. Virtue made peace with him, and maybe we'll get him on a future No DQ review.
Yes.
JJ's been on a couple as of late. Noah's been on some. Jeff, you've been on quite a few as of late. You've been on many of them since the beginning. So we'll see how
Always good.
We'll see how we can get a panel together for 250. We might do another crazy live stream where it's just everybody sends in their questions, but it's going to be sometime in August. We're coming up close to it. And of course, Raw, Dynamite, SmackDown, and Collision when it's live and when it's not up against WWE. That's the other thing that is going to be interesting to watch. Like with this show, not just keeping people invested, but also what's going to happen when you have sports competition and when you have WWE on Saturday night. How is that going to affect AEW's viewership? A lot of interesting questions about what is the potential of this show, how big can it get. We'll find out. And the Real Wyatt sent in a $2 super chat, says, pretty good show. Dynamite was better. Joe greater than Punk. Man, that was quite the crowd reaction when they got in.
Like, seriously, us three in this little triangle here are going, oh man, can we get that going again, please? Because we saw that. We didn't see it live because it never came to the West Coast, but we were experiencing our fandom in that in real time when both those guys were in Ring of Honor and Punk was Ring of Honor World Champion. So it's like, man, let's run it back, even if it's one match. Like, I would say do that at maybe not Forbidden Door, but I mean, you know, Joe's part of Ring of Honor, so it's not a huge, you know, whatever, but it's awfully close, to be fair.
Here's what I would do.
Step before Dishonor, next Ring of Honor pay-per-view. Just saying.
I forgot about that. That's true.
I would not throw it on a Ring of Honor show. What I would do is I would have Punk versus Joe at Wembley Stadium and then do MJF versus Adam Cole at Wembley Stadium. And you do those matches. The winner of Punk versus Joe gets the world title match at All Out. And then you have MJF versus CM Punk at All Out for the championship. That's what I would do.
That's some good synergy right there.
If they bring All Out back to Chicago, I said this, I think it was on with you guys last week, run it back. Bring the world title match, MJF in Chicago and CM Punk back to Chicago, where all this craziness began a year ago.
Yeah.
At that show.
Yeah,
exactly. Just circle and close it.
Freaking pull a Dallas, whatever it was, season 9 and hit the reset button. It was all a dream. It never happened. Just hit the damn reset button. Just pretend it was all okay. We can't do that in wrestling, obviously, because wrestling doesn't exist in a soap opera, despite claims to the contrary from the outside world. But
yeah, exactly.
Anyway, I digress. We need to get off the air as well because we need to prep for a match game. We got 15 minutes, and I don't have enough time for that. So, Aaron, thank you again for coming in. We appreciate you giving your thoughts, and it's a shame they couldn't do enough of a draw to get you to go to the United Center because I know it's not that far from you. But all in all, I thought it was a good show. But it was, as you said, it was not the home run that I'm sure they were hoping for. So,
thank you guys. Much appreciation to everybody, and we'll see you on live stream soon. Hopefully, the No DQ review will get James back on, and it's going to be some fun times coming up. Sunday night, 8:00 Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. Jeff, you're on that panel, so
I will be there unless the Father's Day stuff completely gets thrown at me like tonight, because right now I know nothing.
Well, happy Father's Day early. I know it's not midnight yet.
Yes, thank you.
I hope you have a great day, and happy Father's Day to all the dads out there. Enjoy your Father's Day, and we'll see you then.
Yes, thank you, Aaron, and thank you, everybody, to watching. Thank you, NoDQ Galaxy, also. We really appreciate you guys watching. I know a lot of you tuned in for the recap, so thank you all for that. We'll see you over on the Jeff Meacham Network side of things, which is Noah's channel, James's channel, my channel, JJ's channel, and I'll probably put it on Twitter just for the hell of it tonight. Match game coming up at the top of the hour. Open mic night after that. You know how crazy that gets. For Noah Foster, James Hebert, Renegade J.J. Williams, our special guest here in Rift, I am good old JM. This has been our coverage of AEW Collision. We will see you guys in just a few minutes for Match Game.